You're already fucked up.
Yo, welcome back, Full Heel Podcast. I am your host, Rafael Chaidez, the host of the Full Heel Podcast. Joining me today, my buddy, the Canadian Destroyer, Ryan Dempsey.
Spend my days working hard on the go. That's how you're getting.
You singing that song over
Yeah. real country music. None of that was that guy, Garth Brooks crap.
there? You know that guy's a psycho killer, right?
He looks like
They
it.
make fun of him on your mom's house all the time. It's pretty hilarious because all the mommies, which are the fan base for your mom's house, they call themselves the mommies. They torture Garth Brooks on his page. Like they go on there. And
Do they really?
Yeah. If
That-
you go on
that
there and you
made
read
me-
comments, you're like, what the fuck is this? What does that mean? Like, put your pants up tight and like, where are the bodies and it's
That's
your
awesome.
mom's house. It's all.
That's funny. That was like years ago. I remember on Friday the Kid. They start off on their shows like yesterday on Twitter. Big Dick Bandits was yeah, they were trending at like number three or top three of the hashtags that day. After the podcast, that is hilarious. And like you get a show with like a solid fan base background, man.
Before we get off tracks, because we will, go ahead and pull up Backlash 2001. That was it, right, Ryan?
Yeah, Backlash.
Backlash 2001 on... Here, I think it might be echoing. Not anymore. There you go. Check out Backlash 2001 on the network. We'll bring that up. Me and Ryan are about to watch it and do a watch along to this. So, yeah, Backlash 2001. We'll give you a little backstory before... just give you guys a little bit of second to bring it up. This is after WrestleMania 17, the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Austin has joined Mr. McMahon a week before WrestleMania. Shane McMahon bought WCW from under Vince McMahon. WCW is no, well, they still are, but they're under WWF control now. So Vince officially wins the Monday Night Wars. The invasion angle is about to begin.
That's it must be about 3:30 because that's when we have these guys every day around like 3:30, 4 o'clock. They just go up and down the streets now because no one's on the streets. Everyone's stuck inside. So
I almost hit some. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I almost hit some fucking jackass on a bike yesterday. Not a bicycle.
Like a motorcycle or
yeah. He was doing wheelies on it.
Fuck.
And I got the turn signal to turn left, and this guy wanted to just avoid the traffic in front of him, go around them, and keep going straight. And I'm turning, and I'm like, "Fuck this guy!" I was, dude. I could have hit him if I didn't stop. I was gonna hit him. I was hoping he would get off. I'd fucking take his ass down, just grab him by the helmet. What is he gonna do?
Yeah, seriously. Or open your door, knock him off.
These fucking idiots. They think they're all tough because they're on bikes, dude. It's like,
I know.
Respect the fucking road, dude. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm not trying to have a body.
Well, and it's that time of the year too, where you keep on seeing like things popping up everywhere. Like, hey, respect the road. There's bikers out there and everything. But it's like, and I get that, but at the same time, like it is a two-way street, and there's tons of bikers that weave in and out of traffic that they
I
think
respect
that
bikers and bike people and shit.
100%.
This guy was doing a wheelie right before I almost hit him.
There was a couple years back, we were driving home from Windsor, and there was a guy on a motorcycle just weaving into traffic, just going like excessively fast. And sure enough, like 20 minutes after he passed us, we saw him crash to the side of the road. Like he's like laying there. They got the ambulance, paramedics, everything's working on him. Cops are there.
You should be allowed to make fun of him.
It's like, and I get it. Like, yeah, it's dangerous because there's idiot drivers out there, but to say that all car drivers are idiots and all motorcycle people are the victims, it's like I've seen so many accidents where the motorcycle driver was trying to like weave in and out or just try to make the turn quicker than he should have, and someone else hits them. It's like
this guy wheelied into weaving around the traffic to go around them because the light was the turn. It was a turn signal. So he was trying to get around the people that were just gonna go straight.
Right,
There
right.
was no one in. There was no one in front of him in the turn signal. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take it." I was turning on my end though, so it was fucking like I was on the opposite end, seeing this guy wheelie from the other side, like, and then fucking land, and I'm turning, and then he's trying to fucking go around. I'm like, "What the fuck, you idiot!"
Oh my god.
I didn't beep at him or anything, but I'm just like, dude, why?
That's it.
Why?
Yeah. Well, that's it, right?
It's not
'Cause
like there wasn't any traffic. It's not like there wasn't. It was middle of. Well, it was like 6 o'clock. So like, it's not even. It's dumb. It's dumb as shit.
it is.
Yeah. How you doing, Ryan? Besides this,
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this pay-per-view. This was
besides the chaos of
I,
Rona 20.
I, I was actually telling Kara like I'm excited for today because I remember watching this one live back in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen it in its entirety since then, but I remember this time being like you said, WCW just got bought out, so it was like a different time for me being a big WWF fan because now I'm seeing like this new influx of different talent that I hadn't seen before, or talent that I'd seen before, but now in a different environment. Now I'm seeing them in WWE. I'm seeing them with taking on like I don't want to say dream matches because you weren't getting like the Stone Cold and Goldberg and those kinds of things, but you were getting like Booker T's and DDP coming in here. William Regal would have been there already, but it was a fun time. And I remember some of the storylines, like the two-man power trip that we're going to see in the main event of Austin and Triple H. To me, that was like, that could have had so much potential if Triple H didn't tear his knee.
Yeah.
At this point, because they were such a good heel faction. Like I sent you that video of them and the Hardys yesterday.
So the reason that I don't remember him too much, and I'm glad that I went back and I watched this, is because Triple H did tear. It's where he tore his quad, right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it was quad in his knee.
So the two-man power trip that we're gonna get into. So the main event is gonna be Austin and Triple H. Austin is World Heavyweight Champion. Triple H is Intercontinental Champion. They're taking on the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. Triple H was attacking Kane, and then Austin. Well, Kane and Triple H are feuding, but how Austin and Triple H got together is Austin, or The Rock demands rematch the night after WrestleMania 17 because Vince McMahon sided with Austin in the chair thing.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon didn't want to give it to him, so The Rock got him in a sharpshooter, made him agree to it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, Rock, you got your match, but it's a cage match."
Back when Monday Night Raw was like can't miss TV.
Yeah.
So, like, cause that's because all of a sudden you went to Raw expecting like the WrestleMania not recap, but to see what's going to happen. Like it's the start of the new year, and you're getting a steel cage match for the title on Raw, which is just amazing.
Yeah, so it's a run back of what everyone wanted to see because Vince McMahon sided with Austin, and no one really wanted to see that, but it happened. So Triple H comes and helps. Well, he comes and hits The Rock, and then he gets in Austin's face, but then he lets Austin get the win, and they kind of form like a tag team now. They're both working for Mr. McMahon. So it's a two-man power trip, and I guess like the next night or something, or the next Raw, it's a little speech by Triple H that he's like, "We're the two most powerful men in sports entertainment, blah blah blah." The Intercontinental Champion, the World Heavyweight Champion, and they go on to attack Kane.
Yeah.
And they, I think they like there's an angle where they break his arm or something like that.
Yeah, you'll see his arm in this thing. It's bandaged up, I believe, if I remember right.
So Undertaker, I think they were a tag team already by this point. So Undertaker, defends his brother. They're the Brothers of Destruction at this point. And in order, well, they're gonna fight each other. They already have a match set up for Austin and Triple H versus Kane and Undertaker. And Kane and Undertaker somehow just a week or two before Backlash beat Edge and Christian for the championship, so they're champions now.
Yep.
So now the stipulation becomes the titles are on the line, but not just the tag team titles, but also Austin's heavyweight championship and Triple H's Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, and I think on the network under the description it does say it's the tag team titles on the line only, but it is all four with the stipulation of if Undertaker pins Triple H, he's Intercontinental Champion. Kane gets the other, like whoever you pin, you get their title, and your teammate will just get the other title, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter. Like so, both Kane and Undertaker want to pin Austin, kind of thing. So kind of even to make it even not against Austin, but it always seemed like even when he was a bad guy, the cards are stacked against him, right?
Yeah, they're definitely going to be focusing on Austin a lot more.
Yeah. So and it's and it was a nice little twist to kind of have because now you're putting. I think it was. I mean, this is also where they had the European and the hardcore title, but you have your big four titles or your big three titles, depending on how you look at it, are all in one match. Which usually that could be like really destructive for a pay-per-view. You want to have your titles kind of spread throughout the pay-per-view to kind of keep the fans' interest going. Here, you have to build everything up until the main event, where you're getting like the fillet, if you would, being served. Mm-hmm. So.
I looked at the card. It's some pretty good matches in there. I know we got Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle on there. That should be pretty good.
I think it's like an ultimate submission match too. I think it's like 30 minutes. It's like an Iron Man match, but submission holds only, I believe.
All right. I think we also get Eddie Guerrero, Christian, and Matt Hardy in a triple threat match for the European belt. Shane McMahon versus the Big Show in a last man standing match. Rhino versus Raven for the Hardcore Championship. It should be a good card. So.
And you're kind of seeing like a lot of you're seeing now ECW guys and WCW guys starting to make their way in a little bit more too, which is kind of fun. So this is the Attitude Era has technically just died, and Ruthless Aggression hasn't quite started. It's going to be another little bit. So this is like that weird transitional period where you don't really just a weird kind of time of what talent is coming into the company that's going to stay. And you get around the same, there was a lot of like solid workers that I really miss this era a lot.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys have brought it up by now. If not, go ahead and pause this then and bring it up. I'm going to go ahead and give him a countdown, Ryan.
All right, sounds good. I'll get ready here.
Let me know when you're ready.
And I'm good to go.
Are you ready? On go. 3, 2, 1, go. And, the old ass intro. Do they change the music for this?
Yeah, they definitely changed the intro every few years for sure. Like they had that one where it's just like in over 500 continent or in over 5 continents and 20 different languages and billions of people around the world. And now with this one here, it's just the more musical intro.
And this is more of what the Undertaker that we saw at the Boneyard the Graveyard Boneyard match. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like this. I like the American Badass. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people shit on it because he's not really the Undertaker anymore, but take away the gimmick of he's an Undertaker, whatever. This biker, he was perfect for this era.
I thought it was a nice, refreshing change.
Mm-hmm.
And in retrospect, they brought back the original Undertaker. So what do you guys want?
Yeah. I mean, and he was always changing from the early 90s to the mid 90s to the late 90s anyway. So yeah, I mean, he was always and this here too, like this is the real Undertaker. Like this is him in real life pretty much, just having some jack driving his bike.
I'm curious to know if you heard this rumor. So around this time I heard that the rumor was that they were letting Undertaker do his own thing because he was kind of looking for a way out of the company and he wasn't going to take the dead man gimmick with him, so he was trying to change his character a little bit and make it more of his own.
He was supposed to go to the WCW as this character, I heard.
Yeah, and be Mark Calloway, but as this character.
Yeah.
Already kind of developed.
And then I don't know if he stayed loyal or everything just kind of, or if it was when they got bought out. I don't know what stopped the move fully. Mm-hmm. But yeah. and then he just, here we go. And I didn't realize he went with this biker gimmick for so long. He had it for a solid 4 years almost, or I guess 3 years, and then he took time off. And we're in Chicago.
Yeah. What's hilarious is Spring Stampede was also in Chicago. Jesus was actually in attendance that day. He was,
No way.
He was wearing his Slapnut shirt yesterday that he bought at the event.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
he showed me the tag and everything. He made me look at the fucking tag. He's like, "See, what does it say?" I'm like, "I didn't say I didn't believe you, jerk." But this one's at the Rosemont. Spring Stampede 2000 was at the United Center.
Okay, and I think Austin has said that Rosemont is his favorite place to work. The acoustics, I think he said at Rosemont.
Yeah, the wood at Rosemont. I guess it's a lot more wood on the
I love at the bottom because now they have like their Twitter handle or their Instagram handles. So here they this is back when the big stars had their own website. Mm-hmm. So now they come with like the WWFDudleyBoys.com.
Oh, okay.
And all it was is basically just like you go to their website and it's just like basically their superstar page.
Yeah, their profile page.
That's all it is. It wasn't anything fancy.
Innovative, bro, at the time. What are you talking about?
And here you got Paul Heyman with Jim Ross on commentary.
You goddamn right. The Dudleys, including Spike, very popular.
I love the fact that he went from being a fucking teacher to being a wrestler and one of like, the most insane bump takers.
Yeah. He either took him for real or his selling was on point.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Much forgotten group. The X Factor.
X-Pac needed somewhere to go.
Albert and Just Incredible was not the answer.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that was the way to go.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
He needed a way to go, but this wasn't definitely not the way to go. But this is the road they send them down.
It's too bad that him and Kane couldn't work out better. Because him and a Monster would have been a great, like, if they was a heel tag team, like, he could have been like the little pipsqueak kind of guy that stirred the pot and then let the Monster just like destroy you kind of deal.
Yeah. Weapon X, you could have called them. What were they called?
The X Factor.
With Kane and...
Oh no, I think they were just X-Pac and Kane. I don't know if they even had a team name.
Weapon X, bro.
Wolverine. Oh, Spike right off the bat, Spike going for a fly.
Yeah, getting tossed into X-Pac and who was the other
guy? Just Incredible. Who, if you go back to the mid '90s WWF, he was Aldo Montoya.
Okay, he was big in ECW. Just Incredible.
Yeah, he was just incredible.
I never took him serious because of that name. It just...
Yeah, he was one of those guys that when you watch him, like if you came into a match and you were seeing like he was a solid performer, and then you hear his name and you're like, I don't know about this.
There he is, all an X Factor, bro. Oh, fuck, that was pretty nice. The running Bulldog and...
Bulldog, the turn, yeah.
A-Train just tosses him. Was he A-Train? Was he Tensai? What was he at this time?
Here he's Albert. So what is it? He was Prince Albert when he was with Draws, and then he dropped the Prince, and then he was he's a Tensai and A-Train for a while.
It was kind of sad seeing him in the documentary of in the Brawl for All. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, they had Draws in there talking about it.
Oof. Well, that was a bad slide by Credible.
Yeah, no, that Brawl for All one was pretty good. They've all been pretty good. I don't know how much Conrad's involved in it, but I know they took some quotes from the actual podcast,
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Bruce saying stuff about the Brawl for All, like the single-handed worst idea, and how they picked the names out of a hat. Savio Vega did.
I mean, the Brawl for All was a good idea. It just wasn't executed right. Like, these guys didn't have the time to properly train for it. You know, if they had actually like taken like 6 months or so and actually like taught them proper defending and how to like, take a punch, block a punch, and stuff like that, it probably could have been a lot better. But instead, you're just telling guys, "Hey, go out there and swing for the fences." Like,
I don't know. You can't in wrestling. I don't think you can pivot that way, or else you're gonna have to pivot entirely
Yeah,
to fighting.
like it wouldn't have been a bad idea if they had done like a cross promotion with UFC when they had because they had Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock. They probably could have got a couple more guys in there and done something like UFC and WWF present something and have just UFC fighters or something like that. Like you could have given the fans something else. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like having like especially when you have like the talent that you had a lot of plans for, and then they get wrecked, and you're like, well, not only does he now look weak, but now he's out of commission for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like Bart Gunn has still not woken up from that butterbean shot.
Well, his career is definitely not woken up from that,
Oof.
which sucks for him.
Oh, 100% it does, yeah. Is that Teddy Long?
As ref?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I couldn't get a good look at first.
Yeah, yeah.
He did
I'm
everything.
surprised he hasn't put these guys in a match against the Undertaker yet.
Yeah, it's a tag team.
Oh, that's why it's already a tag match.
It's already. He's probably confused because there's 6 men instead of 4.
Yeah. Hey, player.
Yeah. He was so good, man. Because he was a manager, the referee. He's done everything in the business, man.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, right?
If he's not, he should be, but I want to say he is.
Yeah, I think he is.
I think APA probably put him in, if I remember right. Because he did, because he managed back in WCW in the day. He did Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, way back when. It's going back like 30 years now. Whew. Can I do this?
So you decided to go with the bald head. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Bored. I'm like, I have nothing to do. I'm like, I'm just gonna shave my head, and that was it. I used to shave my head all the time, and I stopped for about 15 years. I mean, I've always kept my hair really short for the most part. It gets long in the winter, but I always just shave it, and then I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go with the Jeff Shanahan look for a while, get the nice big beard and the shaved head.
Shout out to Jeff. I haven't heard from him in a bit. Bet he's been busy with all the wheat sales.
Yeah, he's I sent him a picture yesterday. I'm like, hey, check it out. I'm going as Jeff for Halloween this year.
Damn, A-Train with that standing suplex of sorts.
I put the arms behind the back too.
Yeah.
Almost look like a pedigree setup. I miss the Dudley Boys, man. I kind of wish they didn't come back a couple years back because they were not the same as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Same as the Outlaws.
Oh, you didn't know? I need the Outlaws as for my display, but they're also releasing a China Triple H 2-pack when Triple H is the blue blood or the
like from I
right before they joined DX, but I could use that China for the display.
I just saw China join up with Hunter from my tour of '97.
China.
Yo, so I was watching WrestleMania 13 last night. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I was making dinner and I had it on in the background, so I wasn't watching it, but I was more listening to it. The foreshadowing. I've seen this match hundreds of times over the last 23 years. The Bret Hart Stone Cold match.
Yeah.
At one point, Austin hits the stunner on Bret Hart, and Jerry King Lawler goes, "Don't knock him out, Austin. You can't win the match if he doesn't submit." And I was like, very clever, King, because that's exactly how the match is going to end. What's up?
Maybe he knew.
Maybe he knew. And to hear Vince really selling we don't usually have blood here in the WWF. We're sorry for the graphic nature of this fight. Like, then 2 years later, he's powerbombing Mae Young through the table.
Oh damn! They're getting the tables now. For those of you guys watching, me and Ryan are watching Backlash 2001. The 2-man power trip, Austin Triple H versus The Undertaker and Kane in the main event. Right now, though, is the Dudley Boys with Spike versus X Factor A-Train, X-Pac, and Just Incredible. Damn, they just hit a double super kick on Bubba. But Teddy
Oof.
Long is distracted by their own teammate.
By
What
his
the
own
fuck?
teammate, too.
Oh, okay, they got the count, though.
That's it? Wow, that was a weird finish.
Yeah, because A-Train was distracting the fucking ref. It's like, hey, fucking idiot, get out of there.
Well, they got the table out, so you know someone's going through a table at some point still, right?
Now,
like,
yeah, well, yeah.
someone has to go through a table.
You got to, come on.
Hogan's got to pose. Dudley's got to use a table.
Yeah, table's got to break. Oh, yeah, baby.
It's got to be Spike they're going to put through eventually.
Spike Doodley. Oh, man. So, I think I'm an audible. I think I'm calling an audible. Oklahoma! Blue 42! I'm calling an audible on the podcast, on the equipment buying.
Oh, yeah?
I think this computer is going to be good enough for a couple years to hold me over.
Nice.
So what I'm going to pivot to buying is a mobile recorder, that I was talking to you about.
Yeah. Oh, so that you could just do a show or like on the road and just save it for later, just for like editing purposes.
Or I can do it here, like I could use it here. It's just like a mixer, and
right.
It has all the volumes and everything, but it also has a memory slot with a 21 gig memory, 21 gigs of memory on it.
Right.
But pretty much I can record on the go anywhere I want and then just come and upload it on the computer or something. Or if I buy a laptop, just connect the laptop to it, and then I can have a mobile studio on the go with a mixer, and it has 8 presets for preset sounds. I think that's what I'm going to do.
That's all right. Yeah, because you've been saying that this computer is working really well for you.
Yep. Well, the video's been working good. Today, I think when I'm done with this, I'm gonna check the video game status of the. I've been saying it, what is it? The Elgato capture card.
Okay.
See if it handles the video game quality. If it handles the video game quality and like specs of that, all that shit, I'll definitely hold off on buying a computer for at least another year or two, which will give me enough time to save up a good amount of cash and buy a state of the art, fucking the best of the best, and that way just have the equipment around it.
Who are you kidding? You're getting a Tiger.
I'm gonna get a Tiger.
Yeah, who are you kidding?
Yeah.
We're gonna come on one day to record, and there's gonna be like a little cub sitting in the back.
It's gonna attack me.
Get
the fuck off me, dude! I'm trying to record.
The Duchess of Queensbury. Oh yes.
Yeah. So this is his wife in kayfabe, or what's going on?
No. So it's just the Duchess of Queensbury is visiting America, and they're having a match in her honor. I forget where. I don't know if it was on the Ruthless Aggression. If there was, I saw it somewhere where they're talking with Steven Regal and Jericho about this match, and they're like, there was no rhyme or reason to anything in this match. Like, well, at one point, like Jericho hits Regal below the belt and pins him, and the referee goes, "No, you're disqualified." And then Regal hits him with a chair, and the Duchess is like, chair shots are legal in this match. It's like low blows are not, but a chair shot is. It's like nothing made any sense in the match.
They're interviewing Kurt Angle here. Lillian Garcia is.
You know, ever since I beat Chris Benoit at Wrestlemania, he isn't going around saying he's the best technical wrestler today. You know why that is? Because he knows it's a crock. He knows that claim holds no merit. He knows I own it. And he knows that later tonight.
Shout outs to Emily Adams. Right now, we're watching Backlash 2001. We're about to watch. It's not Kurt Angle next, is it?
I don't know.
Let me check. No. So X Factor just won. Rhino and Raven are about to come up. So that's the match that we're about to talk about live here from Chicago at the.
And for those of you who don't know, Emily is my sister-in-law.
Okay.
I've been trying. I was telling her about it the other day. I tried to get her to listen to us, and she missed the text that I sent her. And I sent her one again today, and she was able to jump on. So hello,
Emily. I thought she was British because of the chatting thing, and because we were talking about William Regal. So
yeah,
British. Who was this? Oh, this is earlier today.
Crashing
earlier
Jerry.
tonight with it, or that.
Is that Jerry Lynn?
Yeah, that was Jerry Lynn from ECW beating Crash.
Oh damn.
It was a dark match. But right now, Rhino's walking out. He's the hardcore champion, and he's taking on Raven. Probably one of my favorite characters, or one of my favorite underrated characters. I guess he's pretty underrated. I would say.
Which Raven or Rhino?
Raven.
Yeah, Raven was amazing everywhere he went. Even in TNA near the end of his career, he was really good.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not so much for his in-ring work, but definitely for his promos. And not that he couldn't work inside the ring, but it's not like he was putting on like 5-star matches all the time. But he had some pretty dark promos.
He was like in the matches that he like where he was able to use like the Raven rules and stuff like that. They were perfect. Like his hardcore gimmick was like top notch. And yeah, like you were saying, like the when he was suffering from depression, that angle in WCW where he would just sit in the corner and just not be into it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So good.
What about me? What about Raven, baby?
Do you remember when he went home to see his mom when he was suffering from depression, and they did like all the vignettes. This is WCW, like near the end, I want to say. Like, they had him going to a therapist, and he'd be sitting on the chair, and like, "What's wrong with you?" He goes, "Nothing." He's just sitting. He'd be sitting like he's poolside. His mom's serving him lemonade. He's just sitting there in his grunge attire, just Raven, honey, what's wrong? Or she'd call him Scotty. What's wrong? Nothing. So good.
So I don't have a hardcore title for any of my figs. For any of my
Do they have they made a hardcore title?
Yeah, they've made it, but it's one of the rare titles to find. So that one and the Rated R Spinner.
Okay.
Pretty hard to find. So they're releasing a Viscera that I really don't want, but it comes with a hardcore title, so it looks like I might be getting Viscera.
You might be getting a Viscera.
Yeah, just to take the title off of him and put it on someone else. Yes, I'm a grown man and I collect action figures.
Want to fight?
I have some right here.
Yeah.
It's the Hulk.
Do you think Rhino best spear the Gore? Do you think he is?
As much as I hate Goldberg, I think Goldberg's looks pretty vicious.
Yeah, I think the right person with Rhino, like when he would hit on like a guy like Jeff Hardy, like Jeff Hardy could sell a good spear to anybody.
I think there was no selling with Goldberg because I think he really fucking just dug into him.
He just like when he hit something like the Big Show, or I guess it was the Giant back in the day when he would like just.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was rough, man.
Nail him into the floor.
Yeah.
Like Goldberg's spear when you see it. Like even to this day, he still has his spear, just like a JBL lariat clothesline.
Yeah, like and you can tell that when he was going through the power plant that he learned a handful of things and just perfected, like the Kevin Nash 5 moves of doom. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Goldberg. He learned a couple little things and just picked him up from there and just that was it.
Dude, Rhino's gonna kill him. Those stairs weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah, it picks him up like nothing though.
Yeah. It's jacked. That's what they said they weigh, right? 400 pounds?
Something like that, yeah. Solid steel, and they pick them up, and you can see they're hollowed out. Yeah, the hollow. I always love Jim Ross for that.
Oh, did you get a chance to check out AEW this weekend or this past week?
I have it on record.
I don't care what anyone says, dude. That fucking hurts. So Rhino just he sat down Raven on a chair and then ran to the stairs, jumped off of the stairs into Raven. Raven moved, and then he just hit the chairs or the chair.
Yeah, that
hurt. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, he somehow closed the chair too.
Yeah,
like.
Fuck! After hitting it too.
Yeah, like he landed on the seat and still closed it. Like he rolled through the chair. That's rough, man.
Yeah. Rhino looks like a fucking square nowadays, like the like the shape of a square.
The way you see some of the matches he did 20 years ago, and the fact that he's still in there going is amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, and he's like, yeah, like you said, like he looks just like a square. He just looks like a thick piece of mass now, but he can still put on an okay match when he has to.
I can't remember the last time I saw him. TNA maybe.
Well, he's been with Heath Slater off and on the last little bit.
Okay. Have they brought him back recently?
They brought him back. He's been doing more like spot work here and there.
The goal.
Anything that they can do to hold back Heath Slater.
the last one that needs the championship. Heath Slater.
Yeah.
McIntyre, I guess, got his moment.
I'm surprised they never gave it to Barrett.
I think Barrett could have picked up the title.
He could have been a great champion.
Yeah.
But instead, they made him bad news and just they gave him shitty gimmick after shitty gimmick for a while there. But when he first came out and they were doing that angle with Cena, was fantastic.
I think the crowd was still behind them. I just think WWE wasn't behind it. I think the crowd was behind them, even with the shitty gimmicks, and I think WWE just wasn't. I don't know why.
He was just like Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Like the backstage was high on him, but the fans just didn't care. And no matter what they did, they just didn't take. So they tried different gimmicks, and then he just got frustrated and said, "Peace."
They're gonna use a shopping cart now.
By any means.
Man, every time I see a shopping cart in wrestling, it reminds me of that spot from Balls Mahoney.
Which one?
ECW. He like backflips off the top rope and lands on a shopping cart.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, Balls Mahoney's dead.
Yeah,
but
he's one of the many ECW alum.
Mm-hmm. But it's one of those spots that's kind of engraved in my head. Doesn't.
When I see a shopping cart, my eyes instantly jump to Austin and Booker T.
Someone thought that was real. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Recently too. Also, Trailer Park Boys. Shout out to Canada for that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Trailer Park Boys. Bubbles stealing stealing all the carts and taking the parts. Then
they would use it in one of the seasons when they're taking the hash and they were putting it into the handlebars on Bubbles' shopping carts. Mm-hmm. Use it to transport it. No one will find it.
Emily Adams. When he slides into the grocery cart, though, that's precision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these guys definitely knew. These guys are definitely ECW alums. They knew how to.
Yeah, you can tell.
I don't know how they're working that shopping cart without getting hurt. Like, how do you gimmick a shopping cart not to hurt? Like.
Yeah, you just have to know how to take it.
Yeah, that's metal.
That's.
It's metal, dude.
You can definitely tell, like, when you see guys like when you see Kane, Big Show, Steve Blackman, the guys who were more WWF based at the time in a hardcore match, they would stick to like kendo sticks, chairs, garbage cans, the things you could gimmick more. Mm-hmm. But when you see guys that came over from ECW, they would use a lot more tools, for lack of a better term, or things that you can't really gimmick all that much.
Yeah. Like Vince Russo with his gimmick bat all the time.
Oh, fuck.
Like the other day at work, I threw a box of material onto like a skid. I was trying to throw it forward, and it hit a different box, and it bounced into my fucking leg and hit me right under the knee, and I got a big-ass bruise there. That shit hurt.
You were like Peter Griffin, like, like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to...
Is he going to ram with it?
He's going to gore him with a shopping cart.
Boom. Yeah, I guess that's a gore with the shopping cart. I wonder where they stole it from. They even took the.
Well, yeah, probably you should know. How good would that be if you're grocery shopping, you see Bruce Pritchard just like grabbing things and we'll return this.
Right now they're on it though with this COVID thing. They got a guy outside of Aldi. He wipes down every single cart after everyone uses it. Makes people wait outside and hands them their cart.
That's what Kara was saying. She went out to the store yesterday, and she's they've now put in the measures of limited people in the store. Yeah, so she's like, there's a huge lineup all the way down just to get in, and she had to grab dog food, and they have a table. She said now outside the door. So she was walking up, and they're like, "Oh, you got to stand back here. Step back. Tell me what you need. I'll go get it." And I was like, "Oh, that was a good spot."
Into the cart.
That was a good spot.
Yeah. No, everything and the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
There's a move though called the kitchen sink that Triple H does. The knee to the stomach where they flip over.
That's called the kitchen sink, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. If I remember right from making video game characters back in the day.
Right.
You had to go move by move by move.
Yeah.
I love doing that shit. I just haven't. There hasn't been a good enough game to do it recently. Damn, did Rhino win?
Yeah. I didn't even see what happened there. Oh, yeah, 24/7 rules. Crash Holly's going to win the title here, isn't he? Who's coming out? No one?
The crowd's looking over.
Yeah.
It is 24/7.
Before the 24/7 title.
Yeah. Is Gronk still champion of that?
He must be. I haven't heard anything else.
That's a hardcore title too, though. You could literally hit someone with the fucking kitchen sink and then pin them. Damn. Hit him with a gore right.
Oof. So good.
Yeah. He hit Rhino hits Raven with the gore as Raven was attempting to hit him with a kitchen sink. Rhino 1, 2, 3.
Paul Heyman's like, motherfuckers. That could have been me.
Last man standing. He was so young of a fucking Shane McMahon.
And this is the Shane McMahon that would go through attempt to go through the glass at King of the Ring. He would take the dive off the Titantron with Steve Blackman. Like, this is the Shane McMahon that would just do anything. I'm surprised Vince let him do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty dangerous. Last man standing match versus Big Show. A lot of hardcore matches here.
Yeah, that was this era though. This era was all just like just pushing the envelope as far as they could.
Mm-hmm. Shane and the Beanstalk.
The fact that he's reading Jack and the Beanstalk kind of shows you how smart he is, though.
By reading from this fable to turn that frown upside down. This story stars a giant, a beanstalk, and a boy named Jack. But for the purposes of this story, the boy will be named Shane O'Mac.
Oh, God.
He rhymed it pretty well.
That's funny.
Because at Wrestlemania, Shane kicked his dad's ass. Shane's dad was sore. He could barely walk. So we called Shane out for a father-son talk. They stood in the ring, face to face and toe to toe. But Vince called out for the giant Big Show.
I hope they can hear this.
5, 4, 4. I'm 7 foot tall, but me, plenty dumb. Grabbed Shane by the neck, picked him up off the mat, then chokeslammed Shane down with a ferocious splat. Vince grinned from ear to ear upon seeing the crash, said you two will compete this Sunday at Backlash. Once the match started, the giant looked high and low, but he couldn't find Shane. Which way did he go? Up to the top of the mighty beanstalk. The people were stunned. They can barely talk. The fairy tale ends with a mighty crash landing. And it was all said and done. Shane O'Mac was the last man standing.
Shane, an entertaining story, but how wise do you think it is to poke fun at the Big Show before your last?
This is the book.
Yeah. He's got to return to the library, man.
I was thinking about this, and if you would just apologize to Dad, sincerely apologize. But he might call.
All right, that's enough of that. We got to hear his nice little limerick.
Very throwback to the Genius, eh?
Yeah.
Like a Michael Cole looking like the Backstreet Boys in the background.
He's so skinny and weird looking.
Oh.
He's gotten fatter and older.
I can't believe he's been there now for 25 plus years.
He got a promotion recently. I don't know what it was too, but he was promoted not too long ago. Austin with his camo gear. His wife Deborah. Are they still together?
No. She accused him of beating her, and she left them. WWF kind of swept that one underneath the rug. Didn't let anyone find out about it.
Yeah.
All Triple H has got to do is do his part, and everything will be just dandy. You understand me?
Heel Stone Cold didn't really work out that much.
No, it did not work.
We got
Look at the spread. Oof.
Who was this? The Duchess of what?
The Duchess of Queensberry.
Ryan's favorite. The Duchess of Queensberry.
I love. I think it's. Oh, such a corny match. I love it. We had Coach here, man. Oh man.
Yeah, Next match is going to be William Regal versus Chris Jericho. For nothing?
Duchess of Queensborough match. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just a match where the way that I remember Regal talking about it, it was something like during the match something would happen and it would be allowed under the rules or something like that. Like, there they are. Hey, monsters.
All right, kids are back.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, ref.
Hi, kiddos.
Where's your brother? No. Did you wash your hands?
No. What am I now?
Uh-oh.
I don't want no virus.
Ryan's got the virus. The T virus.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is being released.
Is it really?
Recently. Or it's going to for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I love those
Nice.
Resident Evil games.
I miss those ones. Those ones are fun.
Yeah, they're just remaking it, better graphics and shit. Same story.
Yeah.
William Regal went to my school. I know I say that all the time, but he went to my school. He didn't attend my school. He visited my school.
Don't take drugs.
Yeah, it was pretty much don't take drugs, but read books, something like that.
Yeah. Then he went back back with the other wrestlers and did a couple lines.
Yeah, then he did a bunch of drugs afterwards. Oh, dude, listen to that William Regal episode. It's crazy to fucking.
Oh, it's wild, man.
How fucked up he was.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Terms, I don't know better. I don't know how to. I guess I could put it in better terms. He was pretty addicted to drugs. He had a drug problem. He was in rehab all the time. WWE believed in him, so they would pay for his rehabs. They had a lot of faith that he would be able to recover, and they gave him a lot of opportunities that he kind of, I guess, finally took advantage of towards the end.
Yeah, he finally got his life straightened up and still with the company. Welcome back.
Is that Connor?
Carla. Where's Connor? He's washing his hands. Don't slam the door, please. Or do.
or slam it.
or slam it. Whatever.
How's it been with all the kids?
I love it, getting all this extra time. I hate the situation, but I like to get the time with them. I think they still don't really understand why I'm home so much. I feel like.
Yeah.
So Connor's like, "Daddy, when did you go back to work?" I said, "Daddy doesn't have a job ever again. I have to go and look for one now." And Kara's like, "He doesn't understand."
Bread by Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to Connor? He's just upset.
Are you guys doing inaugurations or what is it?
I don't know what's going on over there.
Shots? He's giving them shots.
Shot.
Not the party shots.
Would you like a spot of tea? Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you saw there in the backstory of what was happening here, but when he was commissioner, Jericho takes his tea and pees in it.
He pisses in it. It's a little bitter.
The Fink.
I like William Regal.
Oh, he was always so good. When I remember the vignettes of him when he was first jumping into WWF, and he was the manly man. So they showed him as in the plaid shirt, and he was like chopping lumber. It's like so corny.
Yeah, he went along with a lot of the gimmicks that he was given. So
I think he realized that he was being wasted in WCW, and he knew the WWF was like his best shot. So just do what they say, and eventually they'll do something. And he got his Intercontinental title run. He got a European title run. He may have been a tag team champ at one point with Tajiri, but he had a solid 10-year in ring plus backstage stuff on camera. So he made the most of it.
And look at him now, the NXT commish. A perfect fit for him too, I would say.
And him and Finlay both transitioned well to backstage development roles.
Yeah. What are your plans for dinner today, Ryan?
I got some barley risotto with mushrooms and lentil and a salad of some kind. I don't know. Maybe some kind of grilled veggies or steamed veggies, something on the side there. Yeah, What do you got for the Ketoista? You know, rabbit?
No, I'm gonna make some cilantro lime rice with jumbo shrimp in it,
Nice.
and then some chicken breast, and then I'm gonna make a nice little guacamole salsa to go on top.
I believe it's pronounced guacamole.
Guacamole. Man, I keep on forgetting. Me and Jesus need to do a Spanish podcast already, but I think he's kind of scared of his Spanish. I can carry on a whole conversation.
You'd
in
be like
Spanish.
that Joe Rogan when they had Yoel Romero and Joey Diaz on.
Nah, I think his Spanish is good enough. I think he's just a little scared. Because his parents only speak Spanish, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Mine only do. That's all they speak. They only speak Spanish. I always had to be translator.
You take your the parent teacher conference there. Like, teachers telling them, tell them this thing. Yeah, I'm straight A's. I'm doing great. No fighting.
No, well, they had a translator for that, But like everything else, like, hey, come tell us what these people are saying.
That's fun.
Hey, come read these bills for us.
Yeah.
When you're 10.
That's funny.
Photoshop of William Regal on the Queen's head.
Yeah.
On Queen's body.
He had such a good like angry snarl on his face when he would get that look on him.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Queen and Queen. I got my Queen shirt on.
Oh yeah. I didn't even recognize it at first.
I thought it had it on top. No, it's got it under the symbol and everything. I need to download the timer software for this. That way people
So you can see it on the top there.
Yeah, that way they could see the exact time
and all that.
Yeah, I forgot to download it for this new computer, but shout outs to Jesus for the hookup again.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting new cameras, but these cameras work fine. It's not that big of a necessity. I might even be able to get one with the money left over after the mixer, like a used DSLR or something. And I hear green screens are pretty cheap, too, so I get a green screen. I could be in space.
Hey, that'd be cool. Just like you could do it like live.
Tie dye in the back every time I take a hit or every time I bust out the pipe.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can like have like there's like a hurricane in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
In space and the Earth is blowing up and shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much put anything. I hear green screens are pretty cheap too, because you literally can just buy a giant green blanket.
Yeah, like I know, like the like it's got to be like those the projector kind of things that they have at schools. Like you're just a pull down thing for half of the stuff. Like it's not much.
I was thinking about buying one of those.
It's just green. It's like all it is. It's filling catch.
Yeah, I could get like the stand for it, like an art. What do they call those things? I don't know. And then just buy it and.
You'd have to wear a green shirt for one of those, so it's just like a floating head.
Yeah. But then I could get myself like all fucking jacked super features.
That'd
be Thor. I could have Thor.
Yeah.
But in no time at all, I'll be Thor myself. Be fucking ripped on this keto diet.
You're like I said, you're Infinity War Thor. I'm Endgame Thor.
He had some pretty badass hair. His beard, what do you call it? Weave. His beard weave.
Yeah.
We're missing a great match over here, Ryan.
We are.
Jericho
and this is like where WWE always benefited back in the day too, like taking middle of the card WCW talent and making them like letting them actually shine, giving them time to work.
The Duchess looks pretty worried. Even though William Regal's in command here. Double knees to the face. Waving to the crowd. You gotta build your special up, bro. When you talk, you build your special up.
That's right, yeah.
And we build it up and you get your finisher.
So good. Is that
a European uppercut?
Yeah. There's a lot of form in that.
Is that why it's a European uppercut, or why?
I think that's all it is. I just think it's the part of the arm that they would use. It's crazy to think that by year's end, or is it year's end, or within a year, Jericho's going to be the first undisputed champion. The push he's going to get soon.
Last ever WCW champion, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of fitting.
Makes sense, yeah. He was always because he was the one that would talk the most about WCW holding guys back. So for him to get the title last makes... I wonder if that was almost like a Vince McMahon thing.
Because Jericho was one of the guys, too, to move over before all that happened. Like...
Yeah, I think Big Show went in February. I think Jericho would have been in the summertime, June, July, and then the Radicals. I think the Radicals go maybe like September. Yeah, was it early? Yeah, 99 and into 2000s when we saw a lot of the WCW talent be like they could see that the ship was sinking.
Mm-hmm.
They jumped on the lifeboats every chance they got.
Yeah. Well, me and Jesus, you guys can go ahead and check that out. Me and Jesus watched Spring Stampede, WCW Spring Stampede 2000 yesterday. It was the return of Eric Bischoff.
Right, yeah.
Russo was in charge. They reset all the titles. There was tournaments going on and about. It was just weird. Like, you had some name talent there, yeah, but it was just weird. Like, they didn't know where they were going. That's why the reset was needed, and that's why it happened. So the Duchess gets to change the rules on the match, you think?
Yeah. So now...
So the time limit for this round has expired when
and so this match this was supposed to be just like a regular match, right? Like there was no rounds, no nothing. So this is one of the things that they were allowed to do. She's basically just helping Regal cheat in a way. If Regal was in trouble, she would say, "Oh no, you can't do that. That's a new rule, new stipulation."
No one was champion here, right?
No.
There's no belt.
I think Regal lost it to. I think Regal was the Intercontinental Champion going into WrestleMania, and he lost it to Jeff Hardy, who loses it to Triple H. Could be wrong on that.
I was thinking, where's it at? It's the 2-man power trip. They have both titles.
Yeah.
In the main event, there's 4 titles in the main event.
Yeah.
The tag team and the World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championship. So these guys wouldn't have a title.
Oh, Jericho beat Regal for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, and then Triple H beat Jericho for the title on Raw, right. or SmackDown, whichever one it was. I'm guessing here.
Why does the submission look like it looks a lot more tighter than a lot of guys do it nowadays? And it's very
similar. I know. Yeah,
this actually looks like it's hurting, and maybe it's because of the selling by both guys and the positioning. But nowadays,
like Regal's off to the side more.
Yeah.
So he's having to actually really stretch his hands. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. It just looked better than a lot of.
It's almost like I would say John Cena's STF.
Yeah.
Was one of the best STFs in the last 15 years or so. And when you see guys do it now, it's a lot looser, a lot less selling.
Damn, what came off? Was that the turnbuckle or what?
What was?
A knee pad? No, what was it? Jericho wasn't wearing elbow pads.
No, something popped off of somewhere. Tim White quick to pick it up. It looked like it was fabric of some kind.
Ooh, nice walls of Jericho. I like this. That's distinctly.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's more his style.
But.
Oh, what? Yeah. Bullshit. Boo.
keep. I love the cockiness. Keep going.
What the hell, you stupid idiot?
It's clearly a dude, right?
Jericho is so great on commentary. This fucking AEW. I think that's what I was trying to get to earlier, but I didn't. Jericho is great on commentary with Tony Schiavone.
Oh yeah.
Scavone. But he was great. He was fucking great on commentary.
Jericho's mic skills have always been on point.
Yeah.
Even when you go back to the WCW days, when he would have the list when he was taking on in the Dean Malenko angle.
Yeah.
And Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds, he's like, I have 1,004, and he's reading all the holds, and then they go to a commercial break, and they come back, and he's still reading the list. So good, man. You can't be disqualified. So.
No disqualifications, no. And I like how you can't find like the stipulations like to this match, how it switched.
Yeah, because there was nothing. It was just like as the match went in Jericho's favor, the Duchess would turn it into Regal's favor. Was it?
Does he have the brass?
Oh yeah, he always had the knucks. That's right.
I saw him reaching right now, but I didn't see him grab anything.
He was readjusting the knuckles.
Irish whip against the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Ooh, but he hits the elbow. William Regal waving to the crowd. True heel fashion.
He'd always do that. Just like the cocked little wave is all he had to do, right? Like he didn't have to do anything else. Just that wave was enough to make you hate him.
What's so European, bro? Come on.
It's not even European, just English.
What's the difference? Europeans, Mexicans.
Mexicans, yeah.
Europeans, Brits, it's all the same.
It's all the same. There's a lot of countries in Europe that'll argue that, but
yeah. Well, they'll also say I'm Guatemalan too. So
yeah, there you go.
So we're even.
I would have said at least Argentinian, but
yeah, right. Like you're Brazilian, right? Like what? They don't even speak the same fucking language.
I always love that too. There was a kid from Brazil in my grade school, and I remember the one time when he first moved to Canada. So where are you from? Oh, I'm from Brazil. They're like, oh, South America? And they're like, oh, there's more to South America than just Brazil, man. It's like, it's a nice and Zaguri by Jericho.
Yeah,
giving them some time to work too today.
Yeah, those guys are back.
Yeah, it's just going, man. No one's on the street between quarantine and Easter.
Oh yeah, happy Easter everybody. I don't think we mentioned it. My parents wish me and my brother were more religious. They baptized us. They made us do our confirmation. We had our first communion. But at a certain age, I started being like, look, I'm not going to church. I'm not doing all this. And they gave up a while ago. So, and I don't think we really celebrated Easter. It's not really like a Mexican Catholic tradition thing to do. Like
it's an aspect,
yeah, more like a respectful thing. Like you just kind of don't do anything and just relax.
Yeah, he realizes now if he puts him in the that was a good stump. If he put him in the Walls, Jericho was pointless as he couldn't win.
Mm-hmm. My parents do the Ash Wednesday and the Palm.
Whatever. Right.
Yeah, they do all that. Whoa. Regal, wait. Regal just fell. So Regal just fell in the Duchess's cherry pie. If you get what I'm saying.
And he looked horrified.
Yeah, he looked horrified, like it smelled bad, like the pie had turned. Like the pie's gone bad.
What? Get your hand off the Queen or the Duchess.
Oh my God, she's horrible. She can't even roll in the ring.
Oh man,
what's gonna happen here?
This is how Jericho's gonna lose, isn't it? Yeah, Regal's got the chair.
No disqualifications. Jericho, watch out. At least he hit him in the back.
Yeah, because Jericho's wide open for a clear shot there too.
Yeah, I was anticipating that he was gonna just whack him in the head, like
especially this era.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was just gonna hit him in the head.
You
especially
get
Jericho being tough too.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys went back and watched that 1999 Royal Rumble and saw Mick Foley and started second guessing taking those shots. Mm-hmm. Even Austin, Austin used to take a good chair shot before his neck injury. After that, he stopped taking them certain ways.
the wig's falling off.
Yeah. I love the Duchess is helping Regal. Got the handprint on his. Oof.
Yeah, he took some pretty good chops.
He did, yeah.
He's got a bunch of handprints on the chest.
Oof, oof, oof.
At a certain point, not too long ago, were they doing it on purpose? It looked like they were purposely leaving chest marks on their chest.
Yeah, there was a point in time where the guys would just like try to one up each other on taking them and just go at it.
I think WWE talked to them about it because I haven't seen it done.
No, they even cut back on on chops in general.
They didn't cut back on choking each other with gym equipment though.
Nope.
So
Oh,
they're
man.
gonna need something to beat AEW. I know the ratings were this week. For those of you guys keeping score, AEW has 22 weeks. The NXT has 4, and I think one of the weeks they tied.
Yeah.
It's always a close war though. It's not like it's like, oh my god, it's fucking one show killed the other one in ratings.
Well, and it's like different times too, because some people will watch things through WWE Network. Some people will like DVR.
Well,
So it's not like back when during the Attitude Era when you were tuning in live, and so like there was huge spikes in the numbers, right? Like that's the other thing that's kind of like people have easier access to watching both now also, so they can watch one live and watch one record. Like there's, I would say probably a fair amount of fans that are watching both.
It looks like the ratings kind of would hint towards that.
Mm-hmm.
That it's kind of even
Flipping back and forth potentially.
Yeah, I would like to see the average of fans.
What was it? It was like 693 to 692 this week.
Yeah.
It was really close. And WWE's going back to the live shows this week.
Yep. I'm hoping this warm weather really starts kicking the shit out of the corona. I know they kind of mentioned that they don't think it does, but I don't know if they're sure or not. Look, they've been telling us a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff has been incorrect.
Yeah, like originally it wasn't even going to make it here.
Yeah. Originally it was like it was going to disappear and it was going to be pretend. That's what fucking Trump said. And then they were telling us not to use masks, and I'm like, I even believe that bullshit. They're like, oh, it'll stop the spread of it, but if you're sick, you won't get other people infected, but you can still get infected. Like, why weren't they saying wear masks from the beginning?
Yeah,
or like the makeshift masks. Well, and then they're like, oh, well, there's a low supply and the hospitals need them. Well, I've also been hearing and reading that a lot of our supplies were sold to the private sector first to be sold off to the highest bidder instead of being distributed and allocated to where they should be, and then figuring out the logistics later of the money flow and everything else. No, they didn't care about that. They cared about profit. They sold them off to the private sector. The private sector sold them off to the highest bidder for money.
Right. Yeah.
So then we get boned.
No, we get boned because Trump says Canada's not getting any more.
Mm-hmm. But then I don't know if you look. I don't hate Chinese people. I hate not Canada. I hate China.
Whoa!
I hate Canada.
What's coming out over here?
I hate China. China's not our friend. It's not the friend of the United States. They never will be. And I hate to get political on here because this is a wrestling show. This is a UFC show. But China stopped our companies, supposedly our companies, from distributing our supplies from China to the United States. They blocked that.
Right.
Our own companies from doing that. That means that's not our company. That means they can do whatever the fuck they want. And they do whatever the fuck they want. They bootleg everything and anything they can that they want to take and steal. And apparently now they'll stop whatever they want to stop from leaving their country, even if the companies are ours. China's not our friend. China is a superpower that wants to be the best superpower they can be. And we see how they are. They're a dictatorship. So
I mean, they got nets outside their buildings for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not there for aesthetics.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons that we're in the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah,
a lot of bullshit reasons. and then Bernie Sanders drops out, and we're pretty much using Andrew Yang's idea of universal health care, or an
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of universally paying people money, like $1,000 a month. And they're not even running anymore. Bernie wanted to give everyone free health care, and he wanted to provide health care and education for everybody, paid by taxes, because it's not free. We shouldn't be saying it's free. It's paid
Yeah,
by the American taxes.
there was a free healthcare because when you go in there, you're not like for Canada. They're like, we have free healthcare because I go into the hospital, I get fixed up, I leave, but your taxes do go through the universal system and all that stuff. But
it's funny that they're not even running for president anymore, and we're implementing their ideas, or beginning to discuss them even more in more serious
well,
conversation now.
that's the funniest thing, right? With I've been following a little bit of American politics just because of like my proximity to the states and whatnot.
Well, yeah, we gave you your freedom, so you're welcome.
And then we burned down the White House.
We'll watch if they take us out, Ryan. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Canada, but you guys are fucked. We're gone. If they take us over, you're fucked. Mexico, sorry, you guys too.
No, yeah,
Mexico.
like it's.
I don't know. Those cartels might fight hard, dude. They might fight hard.
They're just following some of like this, like what like certain platforms are by certain guys. It's funny because it's like you hear it and I'm like, how are people saying like, no, that's stupid. You should like you hear like, they want to have, like you said, universal health care, better education, things like that, more access to things for everybody. And I was like, that's terrible. Like, why is that terrible? Like, why? Like. There's no reason to say that people getting free healthcare is a terrible idea.
Yeah, and like it kind of I want to argue against it in some areas. Be like, well, I don't want fat people taking advantage of this and like just getting fat and then getting insulin with that I have to pay for because they're assholes and they're just fat. And it's like, well, with better education, they would know how to take care of their bodies and they would know how to eat, so they wouldn't need to be in the hospital for.
And it's like anything, like when you have like your taxes go to like certain things that you don't want them to go to because certain people abuse systems. There's always gonna be people that abuse a system one way or another, which sucks. Yeah. But eventually, like it does come in handy. Eventually, like you never know. Like I'll get the time that I cut my thumb off at work. I'm happy I didn't have to get an invoice as I was walking to the hospital.
Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit here.
This is
44 on the clock for them.
Yeah, so they got it's a 30-minute Ironman Ultimate Submission match. So submissions only, half an hour, winner take all.
Two of the greatest wrestlers, like mat wrestlers, kind of like catch wrestlers, I would say. Technicians. Kurt Angle, very good on the mic. He's very entertaining. Chris Benoit's not so great on the mic, but I don't.
He didn't have to be.
Well, let me put it this way: he was good on the mic, but he was limited, and he knew how to use what he needed to use.
Yeah.
He was vicious. He was ravenous, and he knew what to say on the mic, and he knew how to limit himself.
He did. Yeah. That's fair.
And you guys should go check out the Dark Side of the Ring, the Vice documentary on Chris Benoit.
The two-parter.
Yeah.
And that's Kurt Angle, when he rolled into WWF in '99, he had mic skills right off the bat. Yeah. Talking about the three eyes now, like you can when you go back and you watch that FCW documentary and they show those people or they show the talent working on it, like you see how much they put into certain guys, and Angle took advantage of everything that WWE was offering for him to debut as high as he did.
And look at these transitions between these guys. They're very like catch wrestling-esque. Like I'm attacking your leg, and then the other guy attacks the leg. I don't know. The other guys seem to have a flow to them. These guys were like kind of like going. I don't know. I want to say innovating. I kind of would say. It was different. Their catch wrestling is different than a luchador kind of set. Like a luchador works the arm, and the other guy flips, and then he works his arm, and then he flips, and then he trips him, and then they're like that, and then he headlocks him in the head, and the other guy gets out and headlocks him. These guys are kind of a little bit different, but they're making it their own, and it's a little bit dirtier, but it looks a little bit more real because
it looks like they're actually it looks like they're grappling. It looks like they don't want to let go of
Boom,
the
look at
arm,
the
the
takedown right
foot,
here
nothing.
from Kurt.
Yeah.
It was almost like a double leg takedown, a spear double leg takedown.
And you can see, like how Benoit's holding him to not let him get the advantage. Where in the luchador, they would the guy that took him down would probably flip over, get a hold, then the other guy would roll out of it, and they, like you said, like they would just like flow. Here, it's just a lot more. It's just more. It's more intense, more vascular.
My arms are getting more vascular now that I'm with keto. You can see my
yeah.
more and shit. Well, you see, should I do a flex off again? My
your once a match?
Yeah, my once a show flex off.
Look at the vascularity. We're gonna get the baby oil.
My muscles are popping out more. Where's my camera? Ladies, hit me up.
Or dudes, it's the 21st century.
Nah, I'm not gay, and
No.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me not being gay. I like.
You see, this is the difference too. Like that whole Ronda Rousey thing that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you see Kurt Angle, man? He was put in the same position as her, and you can see the difference in why people hated him, and he embraced it, and he used it to his advantage. People booed her, and she didn't know how to handle it, and she didn't want to get booed.
So
now she's going off on people.
I'm 50-50. Is it a work?
She's claiming it's not. She says that it's legit. And she did say that she left after WrestleMania last year to start a family. And it's been a year and she's had no kids and she still has a year left on her contract or something like that. A year left, or I forget if it was next year it ends or if it's this year it ends. But she's talking about like she still wanted to make sporadic appearances.
I don't want to see that shit. If you come back or leave.
Well, that's the thing too. Like she was saying, like, oh, it's so grueling to do a 300-day schedule. And like, yeah, it is. But these guys do it, and they signed up for it. You signed up for it. Now you don't want to do it. Like you don't get to get the Brock Lesnar contract because you fought in the UFC, and that was it. Like, if you want an Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan style contract, get in there, work your ass off for 5-10 years, like really get involved in the business and then negotiate for yourself that way. That's how you do it. You don't just get to come in and make the rules because you're a UFC champion. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. This is entertainment, and she might be able to have a very good match grappling, but she's not there on the entertainment aspect of it. Her poo-poo face, like, oh, it smells like Dookie.
Yeah.
Angry. That's got to change. It's not good.
And she never looked good in the ring. She couldn't sell. Her one little combo of punches in the corner never looked realistic. It always looked fake. It did not like.
How dare you?
It was like John Davis yesterday when he posted that she blames the fans, and I was like, thank you, fans. I'm like,
shout out to all the people. There's been a lot more activity in the group. I'm liking that.
Yeah,
a lot more people are posting, and I don't know if I mentioned it on here. I'm pretty high, so I don't remember, but this month is already beaten last month by 70 downloads, and
it already has beaten it, eh?
Yeah, and last month was my highest recorded downloads per month, and the reason I acknowledge that, because you guys can see the views and stuff from YouTube. The YouTube views are up there, but through the Podbean, it's all the stats from iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and all that, and they actually have to physically go and press play, and they have to listen to a certain amount, or it actually has to be downloaded for that to count. So,
right, yeah.
So I think that's a little bit more like interactive.
That was a nice transition to an armbar. Sorry to cut you off there.
Well, it's kind of a win now. He picks up.
So it's 1-1 now for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if you don't want to listen to the show, just subscribe, hit and then just hit download so that it's automatically just so have it set up so that every episode that drops automatically just downloads, and then just delete it from your device or whatever you want to do. Just set it up for them.
Yeah, this month is definitely going to be my highest month of well, it already is. It already is. So
Now the
everyone
problem
downloading.
Now the problem is trying to maintain that.
Yeah. The problem is trying to maintain growth every month.
I mean, that like you said, there was the anomaly for this month that you were saying of the
West Virginia.
West Virginia, the
170 episodes. They went down the whole library. So go ahead and everyone download the whole library and then go ahead and delete it if you want.
But do it one person a month though, so that it looks like it's continuously growing upward. Yeah. You don't want to have it's a huge spike and then nothing. Going back to the armbar.
I've been steadily getting downloads daily through the way I've been sharing it through Podbean,
right?
Through their means. So I've been steadily getting downloads. That West Virginia day, I was like, whoa, what the fuck happened here?
You wake up and you get all the.
I'm like, it was a good day, but West Virginia made it a fantastic day.
And I feel bad for all those jokes they used to make about West Virginia.
Yeah. Here we come. Oh, that's California, sorry.
No.
Ooh, nice turnbuckle chest bump by Kurt Angle. And then a chop from Chris Benoit to Kurt Angle on that chest.
I miss Chris Benoit, man. Mm-hmm. You know the worst thing too I was thinking about the other day, thinking about Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, is that had nothing happened, both those guys wouldn't be in the ring anymore, regardless, eh? Because it's been 15 years for Eddie.
Yeah,
13 years for Benoit. They would have been
too fucked up.
They would have been it's just weird.
Backstage.
Yeah, they may even backstage. I could see Benoit going to AEW if he was still around. He seems like the guy who would just keep on going till he just dropped in the ring.
Damn, so Kurt Angle just went up 2-1 with the ankle lock. So here's a weird question, Ryan. And I don't know, I've been thinking about it ever since the Dark Side of the Ring.
Right.
Do you think there was a possibility that Eddie and Chris were gay? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just
I don't know.
I'm kind of wondering because to see the relationship that they had and to see how affected they were by it, and people traveled together. They could have secretly kept stuff together.
And it is one of those things too. Like it is one of those. I mean, even baseball talks about how you can't come out. Mm-hmm. Every sport, whenever a guy comes out in a sport,
oh, dude, this is 2001. This is definitely not. At that time, it wasn't acceptable to be gay.
No. Well, I was gonna say even now, when
3-1 though, he just beat him with this fucking crippled crossface.
When Michael Sam was openly gay in college football, and he got drafted, and then he never played a single NFL game, and everyone's like, well, it's because he's gay. And this was 2013. And I mean, people were saying, well, of course he can't play in the NFL. He's gay. One has nothing to do with the other. If you have the ability to do something, you have the ability to do something. I don't know. I mean,
I thought about it when I first saw it, and then I didn't say anything. But then I had heard other podcasts, not even wrestling podcasts, just people that had watched the Dark Side of the Ring, and they were talking about it. And they're like, man, Chris Benoit is really affected by it more than anybody, even more than his fucking nephew.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know.
There could definitely been something there.
Look, Eddie's wife is pretty ugly, so. I'm sorry, it's not
Vicky
Guerrero, but she's ugly.
Yo, who was it? Aiden English. I just found out Aiden English is part of the Guerrero family.
Whoa, how?
He married Eddie's daughter.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was playing 18 the other day, and I was just going through some. There was some because I didn't watch a lot of NXT or a lot of even Raw and SmackDown. I just was watching pay-per-views for a while, so I didn't get to catch a lot of these certain guys. So I was just looking up certain superstars that are in the game that I wasn't too familiar with, and I was reading about Aiden English, and it's yeah, I remember the Guerrero family. How the fuck did Eddie Guerrero's family produce Aiden English? It's the most un-Mexican thing possible. And I guess he married into the family, so they consider him a Guerrero family member now. Just a bit of a joke, but
he's a wrestler. Guerrero.
It can.
If they have a kid, it's gonna be in the.
He's got to change his name to Guerrero. Though. I mean, you can't be.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't marry into certain families and keep your last name.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope his daughter kept her last name.
At least hyphen. Ooh. God.
Chris Benoit tosses Angle over the top ropes, and
you see how Angle lands, and the first thing I thought of when he landed on his feet was Tiger King, the guy with no legs. When he's like, I was skydiving, and the parachute didn't open. I landed on my feet and just shattered all my legs. Had to amputate.
And then I just kept walking on the nubs until I got these bad boys.
I love. People think that I was mauled by a tiger, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
He just says it so nonchalantly.
One guy has no teeth. One guy has no legs. One person has no arm. One guy has no brain.
Fucking shit show.
It was the best, dude. It was the best.
Oh, it was worth every minute of those 7 hours.
I loved watching that. I love the fact that I watched it first, and when I went back to work,
and everyone else caught on afterwards.
I was like, "Whoa! I saw this. I'm ahead of the curve here. Finally, first time ever."
My buddy messaged me the other day. He goes, "Oh my god, you gotta watch this show, Tiger King." I'm like, Psh, I've already
watched about it the day after.
I not only did I watch it, man, I've been passing memes off for weeks on that. Bitch, Carol Baskin.
Bitch, Carol Baskin.
So good. It's honestly like if Carol Baskin was an MMA fighter, her nickname would be the bitch.
Yeah.
The way that Joe Exotic always uses it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went back and I actually watched that Last Night Tonight with John Oliver. I watched the segment that they showed on the documentary about Joe Exotic running for president. He's walking around. He's got the leg brace, the cane. There's tigers and lions all around. He's like, I am gay. I am a redneck. I am poor. Just screaming at the camera. It's so good, man. Like, what was the one line that he said? It's like you if you're willing to do it for meth, are you really straight?
That show was so weird.
It was so confusing.
And they were just drug addicts.
That's all it was. Just get like you said, like there be the police or the bus station people would they call and be like, yeah, we got this guy sitting on a bench for 3 days now. We just got to jail. And, all right, I'll be by. Pick him up. Here's some meth and a job. You like tigers?
Well, the property of Joe Exotic, the guy that had the tattoo, he fucking had a kid with some chick on the side that no one knew about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he had been with Joe Exotic for like 10 years, apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's married to a woman, or he was getting married to a woman, and all that stuff. And he's like sleeping with Joe Exotic just for like meth, man. It makes you do weird things.
Damn, nice reversal from abdominal stretch to abdominal stretch into a hip toss.
The hip toss, yeah.
To the arm bar. But Angle gets the ropes.
I understand. I understand why, but I really, really wish that they could figure out a way to honor Benoit and his achievements in the ring with the Hall of Fame in some way. Like,
I think the only way to do it is to put a Nancy.
I was like, you know how
woman, for those people that don't know, his wife that he killed.
Yeah.
So that it sucks because she's gonna be known as Chris Benoit's wife that he killed when she had a career as a valet way before that, way longer than she was probably with Chris Jericho or Chris Benoit.
Well, she was with Kevin Sullivan. She was with Ric Flair for a while too, and then Kevin Sullivan just kind of like worked a storyline for those who don't know, where she was gonna leave Sullivan for Benoit, and so he's like, listen, here's what you got to do though, because this is back when things were very hush hush, no one knew anything. You guys got to travel together, you guys got to stay in the same hotel room, you guys got to do this, you guys got to do that, and they ended up having an affair, getting married, and having a kid. And that's a nice little single leg, it's a Jericho kind of move.
Almost like I guess you would call it a Boston crab or half crab.
Half crab, yeah.
With a knee to the fucking shoulder blades to really crank that.
Yeah.
They knew how to sell their submissions.
Oh, they did.
Even like just the little variations that they would
And
do
that's
to make it look like it hurt.
and that's what I'm saying. Like watching this match and seeing Benoit's ability, and to know everything that he achieved and accomplished over the years, and to know now, like, and over 13 years, we've learned so much about CTE and probably what was happening in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
And like he had the brain of like an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient, for Christ's sake, when he died. Like he was not in the right state of mind when he did what he did.
Especially being super religious and having brain damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
you're gonna read those fucking stories and believe crazy shit. Because it's an interpretation, and then if you interpret it very closely to the word of the fucking Bible.
Yeah, he did
do crazy shit.
He murdered his family a specific way so that they could go to heaven.
Yeah, and then
that's why he did
placed Bibles next to their bodies. So
yeah, and it's so hard, right? Like I don't know if because there's no building for people to go to see it. You know, every year when they put it in the Hall of Fame, they have 5, 6, 7 people, and then they also have like the other people, and they have 10, 15 people that work backstage, other wrestlers from other companies that may have been involved for many years, and they kind of slide them in, and they just get like a brief mention. Could easily do that with Benoit. You don't have to put him front and center. You know, and it's, I mean, like
Kurt Angle running from Chris Benoit, trying to getting the upper hand after that. It's 3-2. Angle's still up.
10 minutes to go. I like the sign in the background that some fan just hit up. Austin equals the worst heel ever.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah, people were not digging it.
Well, it's funny too because he was basically just Stone Cold, but angrier, which was weird. Like he was already angry. Like he was already a heel. Like during the Attitude Era, there technically was no baby faces. They were all heels during that era. Just some were heels that were cheered and some were heels that were booed. Mm-hmm. But no one was squeaky clean during the Attitude Era, which is kind of funny.
Keep him out of the ring, Angle. Eat the time up. Eat the time up. Angle's trying to eat this timer up. If Chris Benoit can't get in the ring, he can't get a submission, he can't get a pinfall.
No pinfall. There's
only submission, sorry. He can't tie it up. Kurt Angle working him, stomping the mud hole in him.
It's funny too because the two pay-per-views I was looking at was post WrestleMania from 2000 and then 2001, and the one from 2000, the main event was Rock Triple H in a 60-minute Iron Man match. I was like, I don't really know if I want to watch an Iron Man match. But over the following year, see Iron Man match for Benoit and Angle. I'm like, I could dig that.
This has been an awesome match, though. All in all,
it's been so good. And you know, I keep on like checking out the timer to make sure that it's not a Bruce Pritchard timer.
Mm-hmm. No, it's been going. They're gonna get the 30 minutes in.
Nice drop toe hold.
Mm-hmm. They're getting us gator necks at work.
They're what? Sorry.
They're getting us gator necks at work.
Yeah.
Those things to stop the. You know.
The super masks.
Yeah. Instead of buying a bunch of masks, so they're gonna get us a couple gator necks, and then you just wash them and then wear them.
Made it like the plexiglass kind of style, or
the stretchy ones.
Oh, that's okay. Because I know over like I've seen like they have like the ones that you go from nose down, mouth down, and the ones that they have like on the forehead, and they have like all these different styles in that.
If you just have the tube, you can turn it into that. Like you can. I've had one before.
Oh, okay.
You just stretch it different ways and like stretch it over different spots, and you get like you can look like a ninja, or just have it across your nose and down. But yeah, because we do some team lifts sometimes, because some rollers are big, so when you're close to each other, you pull up the gator neck. You can wear gloves and shit like that.
And then you go and you guys have to like hug and high five and shake hands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kiss on the lips.
You gotta, good job, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
No.
we can't smack each other on the ass. Nothing like that, man.
You know
It's not
who's
the
having
same.
you know who's really suffering right now during the COVID? It's all those men that were cheating on their wives. can't go pick up women right now, man.
Well, you can. You think those dirty girls are still out there?
Yeah, it is.
They gotta make money. The government's not shutting them down.
Just you got protection? Yeah, here's your face mask.
Dude, they got a lot worse to worry about than COVID.
Oh God! What about the blue waffle?
I've seen that on Google. Is that real?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Missed
Ooh,
drop kick by Chris Benoit there. Kurt Angle, what's he going for? What's he going for?
one for the. Oh,
What is this?
it's a weird.
Like half Mexican stretch or something? Or circular
Yeah.
stretch?
You know, because of the Wolverine teeth on the bottom of Benoit's tights and the color purple, and he almost looks like a bag of Doritos, like one of like the intense flavors.
What would it be? I think it's Flamos or Flamas flavor.
Nah.
They're really spicy or something. I don't know. I don't need too many chips nowadays. It's weird. I used to eat chips all the time, but on keto diet, no chips.
I had a bag of barbecue yesterday. It was nice.
This year was my cheat day. I didn't have chips though.
What did you go for yesterday for cheat day?
Jesus brought over Culver's. He was craving Culver's, so you want. I don't know if you have that over there.
No.
It's like they have butter burgers, and yeah, so that's what I had. I had like a double cheese with bacon on it. But
Nice.
they also do custard, so I got
Oh.
a turtle sundae.
Oh.
Yeah, with custard.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So I ate that first, and then I saved my food for after the podcast.
Yeah.
And I stole some of his cheese curds. He made some cheese curds too.
They're good.
But that turtle sundae was the bomb.
I can only imagine how good that would be,
I
man.
haven't had ice cream in forever, dude. So that was fucking awesome. But
And you went big too with it.
back to the diet today. Keto. Oh, nice. What is it? Chin breaker?
Never mind yesterday. So I got Kara went, like I said, she went to the store. She went, I got a thing of chips. I'm like, so she goes, you put some in a bowl for the kids? I'm like, yeah, sure, pour it in. But then I'm looking at the bag, it's like 3/4 full. I'm like, I'm gonna hide this.
Your stomach?
No, I'm like, I'm gonna hide this so that everyone goes to bed tonight. I can break out the chips and I can relax on some chips because I'll put it in the cupboard and next I'll go get a bag of chips and they're gone. I'm like, all right, well I had one chip from that bag. I'm like, I'm making sure I'm getting this whole bag of chips. Open up the cupboard, put it away. Fucking found a joint that I had hid there for I don't know when. I'm like, all right,
that wasn't gone.
I'm like, no, I can definitely wait for everyone to go to sleep.
Nice.
And for a nice little evening.
Smoked yesterday?
Yeah, last night everyone went to sleep. I just hung out and watched Cardinal. It's a Canadian cop drama. Mm-hmm. They have 4 seasons. I just started watching it. It's intense. It's really good. Just kick the old feet up and watch that.
Nice. That's what's up.
That's it. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go left in the match.
And it's 3-2 in favor of Kurt Angle.
Another. Oh, here we go.
Oh no!
You thought that Suplex City was Lesnar?
Second German suplex by Kurt Angle, or on Kurt Angle.
And here comes the 3 amigos.
And blocked. Oh, what's this?
They out. Gonna go for the
transition.
Oh. Like, look at how they roll, eh? Like, look at that. Is he gonna make him tap to the ankle lock?
Oh, damn!
He's gonna make him tap. I'm surprised that they didn't do it. Like, oh, you know what? They'll probably have the guy win with like 10 seconds left or something. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, because there's definitely 2 minutes left, right?
So yeah, they'll probably do something where it's like someone's in a submission hold, and then like they'll tap out just as the clock hits 0 or something.
Damn, Kurt Angle's pissed. He just let it get tied.
He had a 2-fall lead.
Yeah. He blew a 2-1 lead.
It's weird seeing young Angle with hair.
Yeah. It's definitely going, though.
Yeah.
The hair's going. Damn.
I think it's around this time, like 2001, when he fights Edge in that hair match.
Hair versus hair.
Yeah, I think it's 2002, 2001, somewhere around there.
120 left on the submission match. 3-3.
Nice little chop block there.
Dude, he's working on these legs with a
Yeah.
minute left. Chris Benoit is pronouns, pal.
Benoit just relentless, eh? So good.
Get off me, ref. Boom. Here we go. German again. 4th German.
You gonna roll?
That I've kept counting. They probably had more this match.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that dirty, cheating Olympic hero Kurt Angle.
Did I don't know if I asked you if you watched that Angle triple HBK Untold?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's so good, man.
I need to watch it.
It's, you know what, I don't understand. The one thing, and I mean it with all due respect to HBK, when did he go cross-eyed? When did this happen? Like I never remember.
Super kicked him. Oh no, that was
I remember them making fun of him at the Hall of Fame induction last year when it with DX.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember his eye. Like his one eye is just out there now. Like, and when he was in the ring, it was never like that. And he taps, but the bell already rang. It's over.
Yeah.
Angle thinks he's won.
It's 3-3.
And we all know what that means. Sudden death. He tapped.
Are they going to come out and announce it, or who's going to announce it?
Yeah, they got to announce a sudden death finisher. You got to have a winner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Finks.
Oh, they ruined it, man. This match must continue.
The referee demanded it.
So what's it going to be? Sharpshooter, crossface, or ankle lock?
We're half Boston Crab.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Benoit holding his knee, his right knee. Or left knee, sorry. I don't know my left from my rights.
I just do this all the time, which is... What one do I write with? Okay, this is the right hand. Nice suplex from Angle.
Some of the best.
Yeah, they had Johnny Gargano on the Untold talking about it, and they were talking about Angle's moonsault. They call it the prettiest moonsault in the business. Mm-hmm. And when they go back and showed it, I forgot how much height Angle used to get. He could soar, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A weird takedown by Benoit. Now he's in...
Trying to stretch him.
What is it, Twister?
Yeah, it does kind of look like a twister, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Just got to lock the feet. Oh, using the rope for leverage.
That dirty bastard Angle.
Here it comes, right into the beautiful move. Nice rollover. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Damn, it's over. It is all over.
Yeah. And I think this is when they changed the fans. They changed the chanting from "You suck." Mm-hmm. They started chanting "You tap."
Hilarious. Which they still chant "You suck" to this day.
And he loves it, eh? Like he tells them, he's like after WrestleMania, he's like, "You suck." He got the crowd going, like. Mm-hmm. And that, and that's the difference that I would like to go back to it. The difference between Ronda Rousey and him. When they said "You suck," he was like, "Yeah, bring it, come on." Mm-hmm. And with her, she's like, "Why don't you like me? I'm your champion."
I hope it's a work, but who knows?
if it's a work, then she's taken the last year and seriously like worked on her character.
Because she did leave as heel, didn't she? If I remember right.
I don't even know if she was really even a heel. I think she was just supposed to be like an intense person. Like I think that like, because well, Becky was so over at that point that I think no matter what, Becky was gonna be face, no matter what.
The Undertaker here talking to his brother. Can't hear what they're saying though.
I like how Kane went from never being able to talk, having used that voice box, and now he's having a full conversation.
To the mayor of Kentucky. Knox.
I like that. That was probably the last really, really good Intercontinental title.
The pickup, Ryan?
What's that?
No, nothing. I like that belt.
I like that one better than Cody Rhodes. The white one that he had. The white one was nice. Was like a nice throwback. But I prefer. I would like the black strap over the white strap.
Yeah, I like the one that Cody Rhodes had, but with a black strap would be nice.
Yeah, like that was the early '90s, mid '90s one that all the greats had.
The one that Razor Ramon had.
Yeah.
What, last man standing match? Shane McMahon versus the Big Show coming up next. Ooh.
You know who's getting really into the Big Show? My kids.
Oh, the TV show, right?
Yeah, they love it. I kick back, I watch it with them. It's so good.
Is that really his family, or is that
No, it's all scripted show. It's all just with actresses and actors and that. There's
okay. I thought maybe they set up like a real kind of
like a reality show, kind of
like a reality scripted show with his family.
Right? Yeah. They had who on the season finale. We had Rikishi, Mick Foley, and Mark Henry all make appearances, which is pretty awesome. I may or may not have marked out.
No one would blame you.
My daughter's like, "Oh, what? Why? Who's he? You watched him when you were little?"
Actually, your kids might blame you. They'll be like, "Dad, stop doing that."
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like, oh damn, it's Mark Henry. Who's that? I'm like, you don't understand. You don't get it.
Strongest man.
Yeah. He was one of those guys that Daddy really liked, but no one else would ever give him a chance.
He moved the car.
Yeah. They're like, how big is he really? I'm like, here, put your hand in my hand. Okay, now, this is like if Daddy's hand was in his hand, that's what it would look like. Whoa, so he could pick up Kobe with one arm? Like, yes, he could probably pick up me with one arm. Like, he's...
Damn, he powerbomb test on the pallets. Big Show did.
Broke the pallets.
Yeah, he broke like the 3 top ones.
And some judge in the States watch it, and that's why you can't do a chokeslam in the UFC. I love that Joe Rogan story with the Devin. If he uses his elbow, he'll break the guy's skull.
To break ice, Ryan.
Oh, that's right. This is when he was the big nasty bastard.
Who?
Big Show.
What did that mean?
He was just the big nasty bastard. It was just his gimmick kind of thing, like the American Badass, the Undertaker. Big Show was just like a nasty, destroy you kind of guy.
Is he reading a stupid ass fucking Shane and the Beanstalk again?
Well, it's the Big Show.
Dude, compared to how he used to look in WCW early on, he's so out of weight or out of shape.
Oh, I know. Yeah, when he first started in, when he was like 23, 24, and as the Giant Man, like, he was like, I mean, he wasn't necessarily ripped, but he was in much better shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just,
he was muscular instead of just fat.
Yeah, he wasn't just big. He was a little toned happening. Mm-hmm. And which is funny too, because after he kind of stepped away and was made just like like on occasional appearances, he would like post pictures of himself in the gym, and he's just like shredded. And you're like, why couldn't you do that? You would have been so over. You would have had multiple title reigns. You would have been, if you looked like that at your prime, man.
Especially when he first came in, they could have used him if he was like a lot healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Because right off the bat, coming to WWF, he was out of shape.
He was really, really big. Yeah, you go back and watch the St. Valentine's Day Massacre cage match, and you see like you see the difference between like 96 to 99, like how I don't know, I don't know why, like what it was, just to make us for the character or what.
Last man standing match, Shane throws a chair in the ring, so there's no rules, right?
So we'll be able to see the difference between the empty arena and the full arena. Last man standing now after Mania last week.
Damn. So Shane tricks the dumb old Big Show, goes under the ring. Big Show gives chase. Shane comes out the other end with the kendo stick and attacks him. For those of you guys just listening. Now he's going to hit him with his Shane and the Beanstalk book. Oh no. Don't kill him, Shane. Don't kill him with the book.
I love how much he's still getting hit in the head with the book. Mm-hmm. My kids have thrown a book. I mean, I got hit in the head with the corner and at it. Like, it's not that bad. It hurts, but...
Boom. Clothesline from the Big Show. Get that stick out of my face.
Shane would have been a fantastic competitor if his dad didn't own the company. Because he could never get like a serious title reign or like Intercontinental. He couldn't get anything of that because of his name.
He had the European title, didn't he?
Like I said, a serious title. Like if there were like, I don't know. Like I feel like he could have been so much better if he was just like Smith, but if he wasn't a McMahon or something like that. Like,
well, a month before this at WrestleMania, he hit the coast to coast.
Coast to coast, right? Yeah.
And that, for people that don't know, is when his opponent is on the bottom turnbuckle, kind of there. He stuffs a trash can on his face, and from the other side, he like
goes from one foot to the other. Yeah. From Van Damme did that too, right? With the chair.
Van Damme does like a certain thing like that kind. He does a lot of crazy stuff with chairs.
Yeah.
Van Daminator.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What's here? What's going on here? Is he preparing for Corona? Yeah. Oh damn, he is. Look at him.
Oh my god, he is. This is hilarious.
He's being safe. He's got the mask on. He doesn't want to. And he's gonna put
chloroform.
Yeah. He's trying to test. He's trying to test the Big Show for Corona, but the Big Show won't go down. So he's gonna chloroform.
Not even on his face, which is which is funny. You think about WrestleMania 9 and how the chloroform angle was looked at as being so hokey and stupid. And now it was like, yeah, get him with it.
Oh no, the Big Show's probably succumb to water and then put it back on his face.
You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna fall backwards and crush Shane.
This water is knocking me out because it's a gimmick.
You know what's funny too? Like I love the storytelling because whenever you watch a movie and someone's got chloroform on a rag, they put it up to the people's face and the person's like passed out in like 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. And here, like you really have to work for it. Like these guys are so unbelievably strong and tough that not even chloroform can take them down.
What he's doing? He's making sure. Yeah.
Here
comes Vince. God damn it! Don't fucking rip your quads. Picks up the chair. Boom! Damn, he hits his own son, his own flesh and blood. My own son.
Oof.
How dare you betray me, Shane?
Shane with the old school to the skull chair shot.
Yeah. It wasn't that hard.
Vince is like, remember that time you took the car on that Saturday night when I told you were grounded? Bam! Now, if you don't mind me, I have to go and consult the doctor about your sister's tit job. that chair looked pretty dented. I wonder if that was the one that Rhino landed on in the first match.
It could have been gimmick then. If it's the same chair.
Yeah. Big Show's
He's
coming
the last man standing, right? What number did he get to 10? What number are they on? 8? No way. Oh well, Big Show picked them up, so doesn't matter.
And here we go. No Big Show's just gonna start wrecking Shane.
Boom! Sidewalk slam.
It was a nice sidewalk slam too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Big Show got a surprising amount of height. I will admit, Kevin Nash always had a fantastic sidewalk slam. Where he would like pick him up, let him hang for a bit, and just drop like the one leg just drop down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is he gonna go for his famous knockout punch finish? I hate that he does it.
I don't even think he had it here.
No, he doesn't have it here. I hate that he has it.
It's all because Vince wanted to get rid of the choke slam. He hated the idea of people getting choked after the whole Benoit thing. He's like, "Got rid of the choke slam. It's only Undertaker can use it now."
Big Show should be able to use it. Boom! Nice toss off the top rope. Look at his hands; they're so giant.
So ridiculously big.
Ooh, nice move by Big Show. Start counting, ref. God damn.
You know he's gonna get up at 9. Big Show's gonna be like, if you counted when you were supposed to, I would have won this thing.
Hmm.
This is where the Bulls played, or
No.
this is where the this is the Blackhawks.
No, this is where the Wolves. This is a Rosemont. Both Blackhawks and Bulls play at the United Center.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is like an hour outside of Chicago.
Okay.
Than Chicago. It's more of a suburb. But they still call it Chicago.
Kind of like with the Pistons. They used to the Pistons were based in Detroit, but they used to play in Auburn Hills, which is about 45 minutes outside.
Bulls play straight down a couple blocks that way, maybe 10 minutes. 7-minute drive.
Right now, the Bulls are playing driveways.
Right now, there's no playing. You go back and watch old games, I guess, somewhere. But stay tuned for that ESPN 10-part classic.
Yeah, that's a week away, eh?
Yep. Here's Test. Ooh, hits Big Show with a big boot. And now he's going to attack him. Do you think that was a rib on Test? That they called him Test? Because he was on testosterone or steroids?
Yeah, because what did they say? Because he came in as a bodyguard, and the thing was like, if you want to get through him, if you want to get to me, you got to pass the test first, or something. It's so stupid, but like, yeah, it was definitely it had to be a steroid thing. He's another one of those guys that was gone way too soon. Andrew Martin.
Yeah.
He was like 34.
Mm-hmm.
I start now turning 35 this year. I go back and I take a look at some guys that I grew up watching. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm gonna be older than he was, older than he was, older than he was. I'm like, good God, it's weird to look back at how old guys were when they died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So many guys gone young.
Forever young, I wanna be. Damn, it's packed. These guys stealing those signs and using them all day.
Yeah.
It's a popular item today.
Now, when they take that keep off sign, does that mean that people can start going on it?
Yeah, right.
There's no sign. I didn't know.
I definitely want to keep that keep off sign though.
Yeah.
I would have reached out and grabbed it. Reach out and touch me.
It's not every podcast you get a free concert.
Mm-hmm. Want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
What's next on the jukebox? Shane got one of the
Yeah,
keep offs
Shane got
too
one,
now. Like, it's like Oprah, you get a keep off sign. You get a keep off sign. I wonder if Shane's gonna eventually. I don't. Like I said, I watched this live 19 years ago, so I haven't seen a lot of these matches since then or in their entirety. But I wonder if Shane's gonna use the entrance, those hooks, at all in this match, because that seems like something that he would have done. Big Show and metal pipe.
You just stab him with the
What
hooks.
the hell kind of a swing was that, man?
Is he gonna stab him with the hooks? Is that what you're?
Oh, look at that!
So
Just
you're
as I
going
asked the question, he goes for it. Oh, this is what he called. This is the foreshadowing. He's climbing the beanstalk.
So we have Shane O'Mac climbing the Backlash.
The set.
Yeah.
I guess the entrance set.
Frame.
Look at him.
And Test just took Big Show out.
Oh, he's gonna put him on that little. Yeah, Shane's gonna jump off that and put Big Show through the that black table off to the side there. That's what's gonna happen here in a second. Oh, or maybe Big Show's gonna choke slam Test through it. No. Who did they say he was with Motley Crue or something like that, Test, for a while? That was I don't know, that was the gimmick story.
I have no idea. Oh my god.
Ooh.
How gimmicked is that?
It doesn't matter
Looks
how
like
gimmick
wood.
that is. That hurts. Why is it? I love how Test can interfere and beat the Big Show up, and they can start counting, but he's not allowed to lift Shane up.
It's cheating, bro.
Oh, he's gonna put the camera on Shane and help Shane.
I guess he can pick him up.
He's gonna put him on that yeah. So now he's technically standing.
Yeah. So that was 10.
That's it.
Test cheated and picked him up and counted to 10 after Shane McMahon dropped down the elbow on the Big Show from the frame of the Backlash set in a very classic spot. Weird finish though with Test coming out. Is the Big Show dead?
I feel like Shane did that same kind of style move a few times in his career. Mm-hmm. Well, like Hell in a Cell jumps right out to you.
That's pretty high up.
That was so high up, man.
Look at that.
That's what, like 25 feet?
Ay, ay, ay.
That's the angle. Oh, God, that's fucking high. That's way more than 25 feet.
No way that he didn't get hurt.
No.
Big Show probably could have absorbed some of that because he's a big motherfucker. But still,
like, I wonder what did they have underneath that, I wonder. Because that's not like one of those like inflatable mattress kind of things that they had. I think it was for Triple H and Undertaker that one year at WrestleMania. That was rough.
You like that drawing of the Undertaker in the background?
I do. Someone clearly did not draw that by hand, but
you know that baby kid did it? Yeah. Like that 10-year-old.
Oh, 6-year-old.
Yeah. Oh my god. They're showing the spot again, the Shane McMahon spot.
They're doing. I love all the different angles that they're showing.
He didn't even hit.
He gave him like a little elbow drop more than anything. Mm-hmm. I guess you don't really want to land on someone from that high, also.
He sat on the chest. We got Matt Hardy taking on Christian and Eddie Guerrero next up.
Nice. This will be a fun
Triple
one.
threat match for the WWE or WWF European Championship. What do you think about that, Ryan? Who do you got in this match?
Always right with Eddie, baby. Always right with Eddie.
I thought you were riding with Christian. Because he's from Canada?
Canada?
Yeah, Canada.
I like Christian, but I don't know. Christian, I always liked him more with Edge and Christian more than as a solo.
Yeah.
He had. I feel like when he finally started breaking out and being a really good solo star, he jumped to TNA, and I didn't get to see him at all. Look at the XFL football out there.
Steve Blackman at the restaurant?
WWF New York Times Square. Yeah, they had like their own little restaurant there.
All right. Okay.
Let the fans all kind of get together at kind of like the Hard Rock Cafe and just watch wrestling for their pay-per-views.
Take my Wolverine. Right.
Oh, nice.
Never showed him to you, right? I've had him forever.
No, I love that. That's whenever I see that Wolverine, I always think of that meme where he's like holding the picture, crying, and like
yeah.
Whatever.
Ooh,
oh, Grandmaster Sexy.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry, that's Grandmaster Sexy. The other guy was Scotty Tuhati.
Brian, this is those of you who don't know, Jerry Lawler's son.
Yeah, what, he's got 2 pairs of glasses on?
He's Grandmaster Sexy. The goggles on the top are the ones that he'd go to the top rope, he'd put them on over his eyes, he'd shine them up, and then he'd jump off to his leg drop finisher. So good. He's taking flight. You gotta have your glasses on.
Hey, Ryan. Do you like Beast Wars?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I ever show you this?
Oh, no way. That is awesome.
I ever showed you him?
No.
What about this?
Oh.
I've had that
That
forever.
is badass. Are those like originals from like the 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. My brother used to have the I'm dropping the name right now, but the
Rat Trap?
No, Rat Trap. My brother had the T-Rex. What the fuck was his name? Megatron, yes.
I had a lot more, but a lot of them were thrown away by my mom when I went to U of I.
That's happened with me with all my old wrestlers. So many.
I have the Transmetal Rat Trap, you know, when they got like an upgrade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wheels and shit. Yeah, I have that one.
So Matt Hardy been champion for 3 days. He just beat Eddie Guerrero for the title.
Is he version 1? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that how old this is? That Christian is still part of Edge and Christian.
For his website? Or are they still a tag team?
They're still a tag team, but this may have been when Edge was out injured.
Okay.
Because he had neck surgery in the early 2000s.
And then he comes back, gets the Intercontinental Championship, and this guy gets pissed, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think it's around Actually, it's maybe around this time. It's the King of the Ring. He wins King of the Ring and gets attacked by Christian. Does the old beat him with the trophy celebration? And here he is, Latino Heat.
El Papi.
Still part of the Radicals. Look at that mullet flow.
I lie, I cheat, I steal.
Yeah. You want some Latino heat?
It's funny because mullets are in full effect right now.
Are they really?
People are getting mullets everywhere, yeah.
Well, I guess you can't go to the barber, so let's do it yourself mullets at home. You know what I think it is? Joe Exotic, baby.
Joe Exotic. Yeah.
People saw it like, that haircut, I never understood it, but now it makes sense. You're gonna see an influx in bad eyebrow piercing too.
And 10 earrings on an ear.
Yeah. And just for the sake of it, people are gonna start taking meth.
Yeah. He always did this.
Yeah.
Scrunched up his nose and he had like a nervous tick.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
No,
he was fucked up Matt.
They just.
And now Christian attacks.
And now, yeah.
some heel shit. Come on, Eddie. Don't you
Yeah,
like you steal.
that's an Eddie move right there.
Yeah. I guess he's babyface here though.
I feel like Eddie is one of those guys that people don't realize he had a repertoire of moves designed to actually hurt him. I feel like he could like Shawn Michaels when hey, you throw me the turnbuckle, I'll do the flip. Ric Flair, throw me the turnbuckle, I'll walk out and fall. Eddie had that move where you throw me into the ropes, you pick me up, I fall on my face. Like that was
What a hurricanrana.
Was a nice hurricanrana.
It looked like he stopped and it looked like he was gonna make it, but he stopped.
Yeah.
And did it. Like he kind of stopped his gravity fall and still hit it. It's pretty nice. Especially for him being so top heavy too.
Yeah.
Go back and watch him in WCW. He wasn't this top heavy. Earlier in his career.
Yeah, he was really thin early in the career.
Matt Hardy's in the electric chair, and Christian was going for the clothesline out the top ropes to Matt Hardy, but he rolled up.
It was a nice
and got out of it. Teasing his finisher, Matt Hardy was on Eddie.
There we.
Nice backdrop by Eddie Guerrero there.
I wonder what Christian's up to these days.
Yeah, I don't know either. He's not an NWA, is he?
As far as I know, he's still with WWE. Mm-hmm. He's still under contract in some.
Yeah, when they eventually let him go, he goes on to win the NWA title, doesn't he? In TNA.
Yeah, he left. He left and he became the world champion. Mm-hmm. And that was the kind of shitty thing is like he had such a solid singles career in TNA, and then he came back, and he had another little okay run in WWE, but it took Edge being forced to retire for them to give him the title. Like it was like he was doing it for Edge's honor and all that. It's like even when he got the world heavyweight title in WWE, it was an Edge-based storyline that they didn't know what to do, so they just kind of flipped the switch a bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think he deserves the title. Christian, I was never a super big fan. Maybe mid-level titles, Intercontinental, European, hardcore.
Yeah, he could get that US title, but yeah,
but I never personally saw him as like a world heavyweight champion or, dude, put him on the same level as The Rock. He would never take the title off The Rock, in my opinion. Put him on the same level as Austin. You would never put him over Austin at a WrestleMania.
No,
never.
He's kind of got like the Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan.
See, I don't.
But just not over. Mm-hmm. Like he's like where Kofi Kingston was able to get over with the fans, Christian wasn't. It was a nice DDT. See, Steamboat, that's how you're supposed to take it.
And I don't think both I don't think both guys can be that over. One of the guys has to be more over than the other, and it's going to be to a detriment to the other.
That's the other thing. Yeah, that's the same thing with Matt and Jeff Hardy. Mm-hmm. Jeff Hardy winning the WWF Championship, to me that makes sense because Jeff was very over, and when Jeff was in a match with Undertaker, with Stone Cold, with The Rock, with Triple H, he didn't necessarily look out of place.
No, I agree 100%. Especially with them two. And I'm not even that big of a Jeff Hardy fan. I was never I love Jeff Hardy, but I could see him winning the title.
Yeah.
Matt, I wouldn't see him in that position. But to give him his own credit though, he's a very creative guy. He's good at backstage writing.
Fantastic at creative, yeah.
And if you see his character now with the broken Matt Hardy, we're gonna be able to see what WWE failed to expand upon. Mm-hmm. And he might even be champion there at a certain point. I can see champion with this character that he has because it's a completely different character from Matt Hardy.
It is, yeah.
Yes, wonderful.
He when the Hardys went back at when the Hardys went back at 33 or 34, whichever one it was.
You're speaking Brother Nero, yeah.
They had the chance. They had the Wyatt family, and then they had the Hardys, and they could have done that. They could have done the broken Matt Hardy. easily with Bray Wyatt. They could have had a great story there. Because those
the family of Wyatt, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, they just dropped the ball with them continuously.
Yeah.
And now Jeff Hardy is getting a big push.
Yeah, because they don't want him to leave. Damn. Fucking Edge's return? Edge's return?
Oh, maybe Edge wasn't. Fear.
I don't know if he returned, but he did.
I don't know. Yeah.
He just hit.
Maybe he wasn't hurt at this time. I thought.
Damn.
Oh, and Eddie.
Damn, it's only a 2. 2. So Edge hit Matt with a spear, and then Edge pushed Christian out. Oh, but here's Jeff. And Eddie was only able to get the 2 count on the speared Matt. But Edge tosses Jeff out.
What is with Matt Hardy's wearing the mesh shirt, and now Edge is wearing the like the plastic shirt.
Damn! So Eddie gets hit with the Unprettier. They go for the pin, but Jeff hits the Swanton on top of Christian, a pinned Christian, breaks that up, and now, oh my God! Damn!
That's good.
Matt Hardy retains.
Love you. Ooh, you smell
Hardy retains, everybody. He's able to hit the twist of fate on Christian, and he's able to get the 1, 2, 3 and retain his European Championship, even though he's not European whatsoever.
No disrespect to any of your German fans, but Edge looks like he just came from a German disco.
Yeah, with his plastic.
The leather pants, the plastic shirt, like.
Yeah, that's Canada for you.
Yeah, that's what happens when a Canadian goes to the States. Culture shock. There's things other than flannel I can wear.
What region would you be in, Ryan? Because Ontario downloads the most from Canada.
No, I'm Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Canada. I think it breaks down like Canada into 4 different parts.
Oh, okay. Like Ontario, Quebec, West, and East.
Ontario, Quebec, British Columbia, and Vancouver.
Vancouver is in British Columbia.
Okay, British Columbia. I don't know. I can check. I can actually check right now. Let me see.
You get some Alberta in there.
Let me see.
Bonjour, all of our listeners in Quebec.
Everywhere else, it doesn't break down that. It just gives me country. Because like I said, I've been getting downloads, and I'm pretty sure that me hashtagging these guys is
Oh, the football and foothill, different leagues and stuff.
Yeah, that gets internet. It's been getting international eyes, and then if they see it, I'm pretty sure they download some of the other ones too.
Right.
Well, the numbers show that they do download some of the other ones.
And that's the kind of thing about having like the network idea is that someone that watches wrestling might get into MMA or they dabble in different things and they just say like, oh, this guy also has a show about this or has a show about that or something like that. So it is a nice idea to have that kind of a setup for you.
Mm-hmm. So they have it broken down: New Brunswick, Quebec, British Columbia, Ontario. Damn, they have more regions.
Wow, New Brunswick. Wow. So here's the story now of how the power trip starts.
Yeah, so how we explained it earlier, Rock wanted his rematch. He was granted it, but then Triple H came to help Austin retain his title in the cage match, and then they became the 2-man power trip, Austin and Triple H.
And it's funny too because when Triple H comes in, you don't know what's going to happen really because who is he going to go after, Austin or The Rock? Because he had the history of both those guys at this point. Mm. And here they are just wrecking. Wrecking the Hardy Boys here.
Then Austin helps Triple H win the title off of Jericho.
Yeah. And here comes the Brothers of Destruction to help.
They're power tripping, bro. Oh my God! By God, he's attacking.
Here's she wrecked. They wreck. Oh, they're not going to show them destroy Lita. They got Lita with a chair, man.
Yeah, they did. They hit her good, dude. Who was it? Austin? Or was it Triple H?
Yeah, Austin gives her a chair shot, and it was like wild. It's like, what?
It was awesome. Equal rights, equal chair shots, all right?
Yeah, fine. And when Lesnar goes to give Stephanie McMahon a chair shot to the skull.
got to be one of the best belts of all time. The big world belt. What would you call it? The Austin World Belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what that one. Yeah, it's not the Eagle.
Oh, it's the Attitude Era belt, isn't it?
I guess it would be, yeah. Because after this, they end up going to the Undisputed title and then into the spinner and the big gold. They got to bring back the big gold belt, man. Enough of this blue. Like, just having the blue and red leather marking on the belts is, ugh. It's just so campy.
There's a lot of gold missing.
Just so much gold missing. Like, the women's title being all white with a little bit of blue or red, and then the other titles are all blue or like it's there's nothing to them anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine with the women having the white straps, but put a lot more gold on that fucking belt.
Put more, yeah, like
instead of the blue plate.
The old woman's title was nice, but like the pre-Divas, where it was the one that Trish used to win.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually almost like the style of the Intercontinental title that's being used here tonight. But it was the woman's title instead. Here they come.
You see the fireworks set up? They're set up on the floor.
The what?
The fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
The pyro.
Such great entrances back then.
Yeah. Well, WWE had to bring back the pyro to compete with AEW. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I like when you hear all the people say, like, "Oh, WWE sucks. I don't watch AEW," or AEW is just leeching off of WWE. Well, like, who cares? They're only going to make each other better. Mm-hmm. Like, AEW is making WWE change what they used to do, or go back to what they used to, I should say. And WWE is sending good talent to a company that needs it, and it's allowing talent that was getting otherwise buried the chance to shine. Like, I'm very excited to see a Revival.
Oh yeah,
and the Young Bucks.
Thanks a lot for bringing that up, Ryan. That's gonna be awesome. The Revival are gonna go right away there. They have to. If they don't, it's
there's nowhere else for them unless they go to Japan for some reason. Like there's nowhere else. Like they're gonna go AEW. Like it's
Chin Pokemon.
I forget who I saw the tweet. I think it may have been the Young Bucks, one of them, or Jericho or Cody Rhodes. But there was a tweet put out like, "Oh, if the Revival ever leaves, they're gonna come right to AEW and they're gonna feud with the Young Bucks and everyone's gonna be happier for that." And everyone's blowing this tweet up now, saying, "Oh my God, how do they know?" I'm like, the Revival has been talking about leaving WWE for over a year now. There was only one place that they were gonna. It's not like it's a big shock. Mm-hmm. It would have been like. When the Big Show was jumping over to WWF back in the time, there was nowhere else for him to go when his contract expired.
Well, at this point, they were paying them to job out, but at this point, they can't even pay them to do that because they can't even have as many people in the building. They can only have they can only have essential personnel in there that they're going to use for the show.
Yeah.
So you can't, and they've been having a lot more matches, a lot more taped segments. I know, but like. They've just been paying the Revival, so why not let them go?
That's it, yeah. And I'm happy that now they do have a chance to stay out there and shine and see what they do with them.
Do you have any Austin vests like that?
Do I have a vest? No, yeah. I wish.
How much do you think one of those vests goes for? Austin authentic worn. Thousands.
I was gonna say just to buy the vest, I would have said like 500. But if it was like an actual worn and you're actually like bidding, yeah, easily, I would say minimum 3,000 to 5,000 if you're going to like an actual bidding war with someone.
I wonder if he kept all of them. God damn! I didn't have no vest in the WCW. He probably did though. He wore a lot of vests.
I think he had one with Hollywood Blondes. Mm-hmm.
I have a couple Triple H's that I opened. I have DX Triple H. And I have Fig Arts Triple H, but they're scaled differently.
Oh yeah, the Figures is the is that one that you got the Rock and Austin too, right?
Yeah. Both come with sledgehammers and water bottles.
As they should.
Yeah.
Does anyone come with Steph?
With what?
With Steph?
No.
No.
They do have a
That
Steph.
would
They
actually-
do sell Steph's.
They should, if they were going to do a Triple H Stephanie McMahon 2-pack, they would have to do that one from that one WrestleMania. Is it?
They have a Steph with the skull mask as well.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's an elite. Come on, bro. She's a McMahon. You can't make
Yeah,
her a
yeah.
2-pack basic. She's an elite. She gets her own $20 figure. Except no one bought it, so it's $10 online right now. I'm not trying to get it.
Yeah, right. As he clicks.
Yeah,
As he.
as it's in the shop cart online already. It's $10, bro. What do you want me to do?
I'm kicking my. There was a Taker, an elite Undertaker, like from this era, with the hat, the hands, the different hands and faces, and that.
Mm-hmm.
It was $40. It was marked down to 20, and I passed up on it. I'm like, I'll get it next time. And haven't seen it since.
Damn, he just threw the belt like nothing. Like it was nothing into the ring.
He doesn't care.
Disrespectful.
I love the Austin knee braces, orange.
The orange or red? Red orange.
Oh, maybe, maybe it's red, yeah. But they're a step away from the traditional black that he always used to wear.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It's a change. It's a
That's
change
it, yeah.
look, but I like the original black.
The original black is always iconic, but these ones here, they just kind of pop a little bit more.
Austin tried to beam his his vest at Undertaker, but it got caught up on the top rope.
No. He was trying to throw at the rope to distract them. That's Austin wouldn't make that mistake.
Sorry. The Brothers of Destruction are not letting. Why is that guy shirtless in the crowd? You see him?
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's awesome. His back tattoo.
Yeah. So they're not letting Austin or Triple H in. They just hit Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
They, you see the Austin and Triple H, but they need you gotta have 4 or 5 guys when you're in a circle the ring like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you gotta grab a sledgehammer and go towards the bike.
Some of my. Fuck up his bike. He'll come out. Piss
That's
on
it, yeah. Yeah, you gotta get something to go towards the bike. Undertaker leaves the ring.
Yeah. Grab your sledgehammer. You can do some damage to it. Blowing his eye, Austin. You gotta.
I love this so much.
I need a Kane and an Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. This Kane too. This is a good Kane.
Yeah. I
You're
like
like
the
a
original, but this is a good Kane as well.
The original Kane and this Kane were good. When he came back and had that weird red half mask, 5 years or so ago, the Team Hell No mask was garbage.
With the texture on it, right? It looked like it was wrinkled.
Yeah, it looked really, really weird. It looked it looked almost like Hollywood bad guy kind of thing.
There's some that I have that I wish I had the nerve to open. I have the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, which is pretty bad.
Oh, nice.
But he's a defining moment, so I don't want to open him.
Right.
There's a Yokozuna with both belts that I don't want to open. I don't think they're going to release a better Yokozuna. So
Not until they release an Owen and they do a 2-pack. That'll be the only time that they do that.
I have an Undertaker, but he's a basic Undertaker. The reason I bought him is because he came with the urn, and he's the gray glove Undertaker, but he doesn't have a lot of articulation and shit.
Right.
But I would like to open or have a nice Undertaker. I don't want to open my Ministry of Darkness one, though. So Austin and Triple H are leaving because these guys don't let him in the ring. So
This is the only way for them to get in the ring.
yeah. So now the Brothers of Destruction are attacking them. By God. Hopefully no one needed to do laundry. That took a long time right now. Once this is over, I'll go finish my laundry. I had a lot of laundry. I haven't done it in forever. I got a lot of clothes.
That's what I've been doing lately. I've been whatever. I'm not working. I'll do laundry once a week. It's
Oh, yeah. I saw your post that other day.
Oh, my God, dude. I did laundry. Oh,
Ryan, you gotta grow your hair out. There can't be 2 bald dudes on here, right?
I got the beard. That's how you can tell us apart.
All right. I have a beard, too, but you got a full one.
I got the full. I have no reason to shave in the morning.
I'm trying to see more of my jawline because I'm losing weight.
I'm like, I really am becoming like George Costanza when he loses his jobs. I've just kind of like given up.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to see more of my jaw because I'm getting rid of my double
You're
chin.
getting all that, yeah,
So,
all that keto, baby.
yeah, so that's why I've been shaving more. Cheese shell tacos doesn't sound healthy, but healthy as hell apparently on keto. Well, cheese is natural. Just use natural cheese.
And it's funny too because you think like normally when people eat too much cheese, you usually don't usually putting on weight because you can't go to the bathroom for days.
No, this is I just fry up the cheese on both sides, and right when it comes off, it's still kind of malleable, and then you just form it into a shell, and then once it cools off, it gets crunchy and hard, and then you just use it as a shell. But
Nice.
since it's fat, since it's dairy, since it's keto, it's keto friendly, so I'm able to eat it, and then all the ingredients to tacos are keto as well. So boom, keto meal. The only thing that's not keto is the tortilla, or sorry, Ryan, as you would call it, tortilla.
The tortilla,
Yeah,
the real flour tortilla,
or taco shell.
Yeah, I always love that when they're like, "You have any of those taco shells?" Like, ugh. Something.
Or you know what they put around wraps? That's what we.
Yeah, that's
we make it out of corn, as well.
I love it. Yeah, I love when you go to like a burrito place in town here, and they're like, "Okay, what kind of wrap do you want?" I'm like, "You work at a burrito place and you're calling it a wrap? Like, do you know what's happening here? Like, come on." Oh, Austin doesn't want any part of the Undertaker.
Undertaker wants that title, baby.
Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot. They really both Kane and Undertaker are gonna want to go after Austin because they both want that. No one wants the Intercontinental title.
I was looking at some other recipes earlier today that I might try out this week, like stuffed chicken, like stuffing it with different stuff, like I don't know, they make a mixture of stuff like spinach and like cream cheese and then like Parmesan cheese. I forgot what else, and then like garlic and stuff like that. And then I saw how to like creamy garlic chicken with like a cheese sauce that you could kind of cook it in.
Nice.
Yeah. They look fucking fire.
I love a good creamy. I love a nice creamy garlic sauce, man.
Yeah.
Nothing beats a good garlic sauce at all.
Check out Bread by Ryan on Facebook.
Yes, please.
Why don't you do Bread by Ryan on Twitter and bring it back like that?
I don't know. I mean, what's actually funny is I have a Bread by Ryan Instagram page and I still have 0 posts. Okay. Like, all I gotta do is go in there and hit post, and I still haven't done it.
Well, go post them. What are you waiting for?
I'm lazy.
You know, I'm stopping this podcast right now. Go post them. Pause.
Meanwhile, like, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I literally have nothing to do day in, day out except hang with my kids. Like, I could take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes out of my day and put like 35 pictures up if I really wanted to.
Do it.
Should do it now.
Do it. Kill me now.
Come on, do it. I love Predator so much. Oh, Connor's not happy. Having a bad day.
Had a bad day again. You still haven't replaced the TV that he fucking broke?
No. Well, I got it's a probably with the size of one of your monitors. I'm guessing the new TV. From Kara's grandmother, she was getting rid of it, and ours just got smashed. I'm like, all right, well, I'll take it.
The 32 is, support, like you can stand it, I guess, but
yeah, I mean, I had the like a 20-inch after the last TV.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking too is like, after this mixer, I could upgrade my TV because my entertainment TV is kind of older.
You're looking at it, you're like, that wall could use just a big screen, just like
because then I could use my shelf space right under it because it's
there you go.
It's on a TV thing, but if it's not touching it and it's hanging off the wall because it's so thin and light,
right,
I can put more figs on it.
all of a sudden you're gonna hit order on that Steph.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only $10, bro. Come on, you can't pass that fucking deal up.
Once I get that $3,000 TV, I can get that Stephanie McMahon figure.
Yeah. No, dude. Well, I don't know if you heard, but they're talking about some kind of crazy stimulus package that they're talking about.
Really?
It's crazy in the fact that that they've never talked about it. I would love if they did it. They're talking about giving $25,000 this year to essential workers.
Holy shit, eh?
Yeah. I don't know what that would deem under. I don't know if my boss saying that we're essential deems us essential, or if everyone that's working right now is going to get a check because our boss is making us do it. Maybe businesses that are open right now that are open because they're essential, they're gonna be like, how many employees do you have? All right, well, this is how much money we have to fucking get.
I wonder, like, if they would look at it as an incentive to get people to potentially step away from the work.
Oh.
Even, you know what I mean? Like, say, like, you're an essential employee, but, we'll give you this money. That way, if you don't feel like you should be, if you're nervous, then you can kind of step away. Mm-hmm. And then also, it gives people money to spend so that it kind of gets the economy moving again.
Hey, dude, I wouldn't mind some upgrades to FHP.
No. Is it now? Would your money be? Would it be taxed, or would you have to like wait till next year for that?
I don't know. They're introducing that bill into. They're trying to get it rolling. I know they did this stimulus really fast, and depending on how that goes and how fast we get it out, the first one, I think they're going to talk about a second one going. It could take a while because that's a lot of money.
The CERB package in Canada, that's the Corona or the COVID employee relief benefit or something like that. Everyone last week got $2,000 that applied for employment insurance.
Damn, nice. Did you get that too?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
that's a nice little.
But the problem is, you get this for 4 months. Mm-hmm. I think it is. So you get something crazy total, but it's not taxed, but it's taxable. Yeah. So next year, when people go to apply to do their taxes, you're gonna get hit, like having to pay taxes on it then.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you gotta be like, I'm saying to people like it makes no sense. It's like there are people that are falling behind on rent, on bills, and all these different things, and they're gonna get this money, and they're not gonna waste the money. They're gonna spend it so that they can live. And then they're going to be screwed next year to go to their taxes. They're not going to have any money left. But
Corona. There's still 20 minutes left on this match.
Yeah. So I didn't realize this was almost a 3-hour show.
Yeah. I need to take a piss. I'll be back real quick.
You
got the chair?
I got Yeah, so in the match, and also the Brothers of Destruction started off, they were very in command at the beginning of the match, but now Austin and Triple H have kind of turned the tables now. They got working on the Undertaker in the corner. Taker fighting back as best he can now. Such a great era of wrestling right now for the best. And you also had The Rock was still in the picture this time. And oh man, I love it. Triple H getting the momentum back. Taker briefly was back. There's a nice old school Undertaker DDT. Both men down. Taker looking to get over to Kane, get the fresh man in. Kane selling the arm injury really well in this match too. I've never really cared much for this Austin heel turn, but here he goes. Taking out Taker. Flip the bird, go after Kane. Kane will go in now. We get the ref, and here's where you're going to get nice little, probably like the heel dirt.
My back Excalibur.
There's the Luthez press. If they show the camera angle again, if you're like from the entranceway, so kind of the angle, that one right there. If they zoom out enough, they got the XFL because XFL's about to start up. There it is up in the top corner there.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, this it would have been starting summer 2001, spring 2001, so it would have been around this time that the XFL originally launched, which is kind of funny because I think the XFL died yesterday.
Yeah, they fired all their employees and suspended play for,
Yeah,
at least
and
for 2021.
Yeah, next year's gonna be nothing, which sucks because it was good like this time around. They did a much better job this time.
Gambling's around, that's why. Gambling.
Well, also like they got rid of all that stupid stuff, like the showing cheerleaders in hot tubs and
Hey, what do you mean stupid stuff?
well, like the coin flip where the guy would like chase to get the ball, the 25-yard dash, where guys are just like separating shoulders and dislocating knees before the game even started. How'd you get hurt? Separate shoulder. Oh damn! How long are we in the game for? Oh no, the game didn't start yet.
Yeah, that's the dumb part. That's like Johnny Walker doing the worm and messing up his shoulder
Yeah, it's like
after a win.
it's like oh man.
Austin on Kane.
You know, I really I know I've said this ad nauseum, but I really wish that Austin never went with McMahon, man. Like.
Yeah, he should have stunned them. That would have been the perfect spot.
Like had he could have easily McMahon could have helped him win, and then hit him with the stunner. But to align himself, like, just it did nothing for the character. There was no need to do it.
Maybe they were planning this to. I don't know. I don't think they were planning this. This seems way out of left field. The 2-man power trip with Triple H and.
I feel
to put it together. Less than a month to put together.
Yeah, because it would have been early April for WrestleMania, and here's end of April for the Backlash pay-per-view.
Yeah, they didn't have one in March for some reason.
I forget what WrestleMania it was, but they stopped. Like, WrestleMania used to be end of March, and then they decided to take the extra week or two for story, and have WrestleMania be first weekend in April, and then just do a second pay-per-view in April for whatever reason. I don't get why they changed it to do that way, but they did.
Triple H pulling Kane back into the ring. They've been working on Kane a little bit now.
Yeah.
That arm, boom.
Start with that arm. Yeah, here we go.
It was a nice piss, man. I drink a lot of coffee.
Still working on mine. I'll be up all night tonight.
It's a nice mug.
One of my favorites.
Look, got that over here.
I love those figures. Those ones are really like that whole set that you have from the movies. They're so badass.
Yeah. Those people that don't know what I'm talking about. It's that setup there.
Look at that. Oh, so good.
All 8 of them for now.
So what's that? The Turtle, Splinter, Shredder, and the Foot Soldiers, or
yeah. It's the 4 turtles. So it's Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and then it's Splinter, Shredder, and then it's melee weapons, Foot Soldier, and then it's bladed weapons, Foot Soldier. So they have 2.
Okay.
2 different types of foot.
Man, my kids have been getting into Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles, but the old cartoons as well as the old movies.
Yeah.
With me being off, I have put on cartoons at breakfast, so they've been watching with me and just telling them, like, oh, I used to have all the toys of this, and so I put on YouTube like a 20-minute commercial. Like it's just like minute commercials, but there's like 20 minutes of it. So I'm like, oh man, I'm looking back at all these toys I had when I was a kid. I'm like, fuck, I wish I still had those, man. I have all this time I could be playing with toys right now.
Yeah, I have toys in front of me right now. I have a Ninja Turtle, Red Hulk, and Wolverine.
Taker got some color on him there.
On the forehead?
Yeah. Looks like it was the hard way though, because it's not a gusha. Oh, there is so much crying happening out there. I'm going to be in so much trouble when this thing ends, I feel. Another 10 minutes in this. Stuff looks so good.
Connor needs the hot tag right now.
Yeah, he does. King Karen needs the hot tag. She needs me to get in there. love this thing now where they jump off a dresser and they jump onto my back. I'll be on the bed on all fours, and they'll jump off the dresser, land on my back, and then do like a flip. And Connor jumped off the thing yesterday, and he missed my back. He landed on my head.
Oh fuck!
Oh, he got like.
And then you woke up 3 hours later.
Well, I don't know how he did, but like it felt like his knee dove into my neck, and I had a headache yesterday for about 5 hours in the afternoon. I could not shake. Like it was instantaneous right behind the eyes. Oh, fuck, it was brutal.
Because in the back, it feels like a massage. It feels like a nice little.
Yeah, and in the back of the skull, it feels like trauma. I feel like I should feed Connor some chocolate or something to cheer him up. Where's that fucking bunny? He didn't stop by last night, little bastard. He heard us talking shit.
Did you make bunny stew or no?
No. We did that a couple years ago. You gotta do it when your kids are really young, so they never have to deal with Easter. My buddy was telling me once when he was younger, him and his dad was driving, mom's in the passenger seat, and he was in the backseat with his sister. They're driving somewhere, and his dad hit a rabbit and looked back at the kids and said, "Oh, I guess there's no Easter this year." And he said he was like really, really young. He said he was so traumatized by that for years. Oh my god! It'd be like your dad runs over a fat man and says, "Oh, no more Christmas."
Yeah. Fat man's dead.
Fat man took it. I'm here, you.
Do you guys have a cat?
Yeah, the full heel kitty.
Triple H over the top rope. My sister came by with like a bunch of kittens the other day. Mom's like, "You think we should get one?" I'm like, "Nope, get that shit out of here."
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They are nice and low maintenance. I mean, you just gotta. The only issue I ever have is the litter box. Is you want to put it somewhere so that you don't smell it. But the problem is then you end up forgetting that it's there, and so when you go to change it, it fucking. Oh my god! I opened up the closet door last week to change the litter, and I almost passed out from the smell. Like I had oh god, it was rough.
You have toxoplasmosis now?
Oof. That's took years off my life. That's the best part. Like Kara found this cat, brought her home, and then like 2 days later we find out that we're pregnant. And she says, "Oh, and so you're gonna have to do all the litter box changing because I can't go near it now since I'm pregnant." I'm like, "How is this fair? You brought her home. Like, here, I found a cat. Go change its litter."
Yeah, because it could kill the fetus.
Yeah,
it's that dangerous toxoplasmosis, and especially if you found it out in the wild, it could if it weren't feral, you could be fucked. Well, if it has that,
yeah,
because it doesn't necessarily have to go feral. We could have just gotten it from a feral cat that has it, or piss.
Yeah, she's a good kitty.
She texts you right now.
That's what I'm kind of waiting for. She's in her purring mode, so I'm just kind of waiting for her to bite me or dig her claws into me. She's good like that. She's like, "Yes, love me, love me, love me." Slash.
The guitar player?
What's that?
The guitar player? Slash?
Yeah.
He's pretty badass.
He is badass.
Austin, Cobra Clutch.
Crazy to think that out of all four of these competitors, Taker was there before them all. Taker's there after them all. Yeah. That's wild, man.
To be fair, though, I think Kane still has it in him, and Triple H, but Triple H is in the executive spot, and Kane's the mayor of...
Well, I feel bad there. It feels like Triple H does like one match a year, and every time he has a match, he tears something.
Yeah.
There we go, Enziguri. No. Oh, wow. Because Kane had that weird big man Enziguri, eh? Stephanie McMahon actually looks like she belongs with Kane right now with that black and red getup.
Yeah. Or Stone Cold to match the knee brace.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, pedigree. Damn.
Here it comes. Did you listen to the Paul Bear or something to wrestle the other day?
I'm almost done with it. I got like a quarter left.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There was one point there, I was walking the dog and I had it on, and they were talking about turning the Undertaker face.
Is that what you call taking a shit? Walking the dog?
Yeah. That's actually not that bad. They were, when they were talking about turning Undertaker face, they actually, they were going so deep on the Undertaker, I forgot that they were talking about Paul Bearer. And I thought I was listening to an Undertaker episode, and they're like, yeah, so then Paul Bearer turns on, goes with this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, that's right, it's a Paul Bearer episode.
Yeah, it's a Paul Bearer. Oh, yes. Damn, haven't they just pushed Stephanie off the apron?
That's how you get, no. Hunter's just standing there like, whatever.
Yeah.
Go knock the referee. You see, you defend your wife, and you get disqualified, so you keep your title.
Yeah.
Stephanie looks so sour. Like, my bottom hurts.
She hit her back on the hardest part of the apron, bro. Come on.
You know how to take that bump?
Oh, insecurity by Kane.
There it is.
Calling it earlier.
Yeah. And there was the ref. And one of the weakest ref. Oh, come on, man. It was such a terrible bump, man.
Why are you shitting on Hebner for? Earl Hebner's in AEW.
Is he?
Yeah.
Or is it Dave?
So it's one of them.
Or is it the guy that got all that plastic surgery to look like?
Yeah, I don't know. One of them has plastic surgery. My God, look at the Undertaker working the body, working the head, working the body.
That's how Ronda Rousey's supposed to do it.
Working the body, working the head, on Austin, on Triple H, clothesline in the corner, now to Triple H, big boot to Austin, big boot to Triple H, by God.
And then and I think that the referee didn't see Taker get counted, tagged in. So Kane is still technically the legal man because he keeps on trying to. Hebner's telling him to get out of the ring and to stop.
He put him straight through hell, Ryan. Straight through hell. Yeah, he's telling him he's not the legal man.
He's been telling him the whole time, you're not legal man, you didn't tag.
By God, that dirty Hebner. That dirty Hebner.
So did you see what I did to AJ? Oh, no, wait, that's in 19 years.
Boom, stunner on Kane. Stunner on Kane.
It was a bad stunner.
How is he ever going to financially recover from that?
Yeah.
I'm never financially going to recover from this.
I've been using that line a lot lately. Ryan, we had to lay you off. I am never going to financially recover from this. Like, they dropped that documentary at the right time.
Yeah.
Because so many people can relate to Joe Exotic these days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Steph gave Hunter the title while the ref's out and Kane's in the ring. Austin and Taker are fighting in the crowd. What's going to happen here, Ryan? Do you think this dirty heel Triple H is going to have the audacity to hit him with the, by God, big boot? Half the crowd's paying attention, half the crowd's paying attention.
Yeah.
In Austin.
Well, it's actually kind of funny. Right now, if you are on the right side of the ring, you can, just looking straight ahead.
Oh my God, you can, right over
there? The cat took the mouse down. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
The cat got the mouse. Yeah, right?
Yeah, if you get the right side of the ring, you can look at the ring and see what's happening, and then also see what's happening with Austin and Taker.
Yeah. So
McMahon with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, McMahon just came in with a sledgehammer and gave it to Triple H. Where's he going? Oh, he's throwing Hebner back in.
I hope I didn't close anything. You still got me there? Yeah.
He just threw Hebner back in.
That's it. That'll be that 1, 2.
Oh, by God. By God, they stole the titles. They stole the titles.
This one guy in the ring loved it, or in the crowd loved it.
Big Austin fan. Double
champions. So Triple H now. Oh no, because there's the European title at this point in time. I was gonna say because Triple H would have had the tag titles and the Intercontinental and the heavyweight with Austin. Then a couple years later, he's gonna do the exact same thing with Evolution. Have all the titles. Triple H just goes with the gold is, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Or does the gold go to Triple H's?
Does the champion make the belt, or the belt make the champion?
Champion definitely makes the belt. There's been a lot of guys that have had a belt that aren't a champion.
Mm-hmm. Christian?
Russo.
My opinion. Russo, Dave Arquette.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Vince McMahon. Great angle, though. Great story.
Good story. Fantastic story.
Damn, Steph got the big boot from Kane. You son of a bitch.
Like, so the best part about Vince tearing his quads doing that exact angle or that exact run-in is the fact that he wasn't even supposed to do it.
Yeah, because
I never knew that until I listened to something to wrestle that Batista was supposed to win it 1-2, like, or not 1-2-3, but he was supposed to toss Cena over and that was it.
But they both fell
and then they both flipped over.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely saved it though.
Yeah.
They both get back in the ring. Batista throws over Cena, then Cena goes in and throws over. But they really angled it up well before Vince came in. All that gold. Triple H kind of looks like Buddy Murphy.
God damn.
And there is your Backlash 2001.
That was pretty awesome.
It was a fun show.
Yeah. Ryan, I had a blast, but that's 3 hours. Let's get out
that
of
you'll
here.
never get back.
No, that was fun. Why would?
No, that was fun. That was a blast.
I'm down to do it again next week. Let's see what we choose to do.
Yes.
Got any words for these kind and beautiful people? Thanks. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, just like I've been saying the last few weeks, just stay safe. Keep on hitting the download button for Raph. Get the man some listens. Listen to everything that he puts out because everything is better. Everything that he does is good, I should say. Better without me, more fun without me, I'm sure. But yeah, like go back, download a bunch of things, like help him grow his product because as long as he has a show, that means I get something I can do.
Boom. So please subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher. Go ahead and download the show. Even if you're not going to listen, just download all the episodes. What really helps out is a 5-star rating on iTunes, so go ahead and leave a rating and a review. That'll really help out the show to get more views out there and really smash the numbers this month. Last month smashed the record. This month is it beat the record by a little bit. This month is already showing that it's going to smash next month. So I'm happy about that. We're not even halfway into this month, and I already have 70 more downloads than last month. So
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm going to keep bringing you guys a podcast as much as I can and upgrading the equipment. Computer's been upgraded thanks to Jesus. So shout outs to Jesus. Check out yesterday's episode. Me and Jesus watching Spring Stampede 2000. Yeah, that's what it was. And
because there was no 2001.
Yeah, there was no 2001. So go ahead and also check out the Rewrites. They're my buddies, local band from Chicago. They let me borrow their music, and I get to provide you with a little bit of tunage during the show, or to open up and break or end the show. I'm loading.
And if there is an old WCW, WWE, ECW, anything that's on the network that you want me and Raph to watch and talk about, feel free to hit Raph up or go onto the page and then tell us something, because me and Raph always kind of like go down to like the last minute trying to figure out, hey, what do you want to do this week? And we just kind of like see what's going on this time in history or just something random. So if there is ever anything that you guys want to hear us do, feel free to message Raph, and Raph can throw the bat signal out to me, and I'm always down to watch any old school wrestling. So,
and shout outs to Emily Adams for watching today and dropping some comments in the show. Anything and everything.
We love you,
Emily. Yeah, what Ryan said. We'll see you guys next time on the Full Heel Podcast, and I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching old school wrestling with my buddy Ryan all the way from Canada. Bring you international shows every week. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Much appreciated. And we'll see you guys next time. So peace out.
A regal salute.
Yes. the wave.
You already fucked up.